rolling? In a minute, how do you put them? Your walls are not really good. Hello everyone, my name is Arya, a student at MCC, India Sustainability Startathon 2024 National Awardee and a proud alumni of ACIYLS 2024, and I'll be your host this evening.
Hi, I'm Arshini. It is my honor to warmly welcome all incredible visionaries, esteemed mentors, respected professors, and distinguished dignitaries for gracing this event with your presence.
This evening, we are here to celebrate the changemakers who are actually shaping a more sustainable future. This isn't just a meetup. It's about recognizing resilience, creativity, and those bold ideas that make us think differently about how we live and grow together. Every step we have taken towards impact has brought us here today at this inspiring moment at the end of the program. But remember, it's just the end of the program, but not the work. The real journey of making a difference begins now.
The India Sustainability Startathon has always been about more than just a competition. It's about building a community of bold thinkers and problem solvers who are ready to take on some of the world's most visible challenges, but are often unactioned. All of you here have shown us the change isn't just a buzzword. It's something we can actually make it happen starting right now.
Since first stepping into India Sustainability Startathon, I kept hearing these lines again and again, that everyone is a winner at FFC. At first, I'll be honest, I thought it was just a nice tagline to make us all feel better after losing. But a year later, I truly understand what that means. Because thanks to Future Founders Co, what I really gained was an opportunity that gave me the confidence to speak up even when I wasn't entirely sure of myself. Especially the crazy ones. Here's the truth. Scholarship or not, every single one of us walked away with something priceless. A new sense of confidence and a completely different perspective on climate action and sustainability. While walking on the streets of Singapore with my teammates from across Asia and China, navigating the challenges of language and ambiguity of being in a new country, but still thinking towards the same goal. And that kind of transformation is way worth than any award could ever be. And I wouldn't have been there if the Future Founders Co did not push me to challenge the norms and believe in us. Even when me and my teammates Amara and Shreya were walking on the streets of Bangalore, interviewing people, not knowing where it would lead us. And now when I look back, I know it was so that I could stand in front of the new batch of young, curious, and determined individuals who step out of their comfort zone every single day. Sometimes willingly, sometimes unwillingly, and mostly because we were enabled to step up, to make sustainable choices and inspire others to do the same. So I can only hope that you feel the same way and go on to become the future founders we here at FFC aim to create.
The Future Founders Co was created to help young people make pro-planet choices and equip them to turn their ideas into real-world solutions. Now, that's the official line. But here's the cooler way to think about it. FFC is like that one friend who always believes in you, even when you don't. Especially when you don't. The friend who says, go ahead, try that wild idea. It might just change the world through mentorship, community, and real hands-on experiences. FFC does not just give us theory, it gives us the mindset, skills, and courage to actually do things. In other words, they have built a launchpad for young change makers like all of us, crazy enough to dream and bold enough to turn the dreams come into true. You know what I meant, right?
Absolutely, Ashini. It's been incredible to see the momentum on LinkedIn. FFC and its partners aren't just creating a program. They are building a moment, one bootcamp and one LinkedIn post at a time. We want to extend a huge thank you to everyone, our mentors, our partners, and every single one of you in the audience for being a part of this journey. Your presence here today proves that we are all ready to take action. Thank you for making the India Sustainability Startathon a resounding success. Before we move forward with our evening, it is my absolute honor to welcome someone who has been a guiding light for countless students, a mentor who leads by example and an inspiration to us all, Dr. Shanti Srinivasan, Dean Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Mount Carmel College. As her student, this moment feels extra special because I have seen firsthand how she has patiently guided us through endless questions and countless pitch deck revisions. So with immense respect and gratitude, let's put our hands together and give a warm round of applause to Dr. Shanti Srinivasan.
Thank you, Arya. A pleasant afternoon and a warm welcome to grand finale of India Sustainability Startathon 2025. On behalf of management, faculty and students of Mount Carmel College, I take pleasure in welcoming all the guests, the faculty, the students from other universities and other colleges to the grand finale today. Thank you, FFC, for the coordinating and hosting the grand finale of IAS 2025 at Mount Carmel College. MCC has a long tradition of social work and community development, which has been central to our vision of holistic education. Over the years, this commitment has translated into measurable impact. Our students have led multiple sustainability and climate-focused initiatives, becoming visible flag bearers of change within as well as outside the campus. Since last 2 years, all our activities at Mount Carmel College are based on SDG goals only. This year, in fact, it is focused on SDG 3 and 12 in particular. We are delighted to share that Mount Carmel College has been recognized nationally for its unwavering commitment to sustainability and green initiatives. To share a few awards what we have received recently: Green Ranking 2024 Gold Level awarded by Sustainable Institutions of India, District Green Champion Certificate 2021 conferred by Government of India and Mahatma Gandhi National Council for Rural Education, Best Green Campus 2021-22 presented by Nature Science Foundation, and Runners-Up Award for Best Social Initiative for Environment Sustainability 2024 at Bhavishya Bharat National Award Festival for Social Work. These accolades are a testimony to MCC's green mission, eco-friendly practices, and dedication to creating a sustainable campus environment that inspires students, staff, and the community. Sustainability and green campus initiatives at MCC are many. Over the past decade, our college has expanded its focus on particularly on sustainability and innovation, enabling students across social sciences, commerce, business management, and natural and physical science to contribute meaningfully to both people as well as the planet. The campus itself stands as a model of eco-friendly and sustainable environment. It is a plastic-free, eco-friendly campus. I think the people, those who have reached our college, must be aware of that, right? Knowing that, because we don't sell, plastic water bottles on campus, and we don't encourage any use of plastic on campus. We have consciously adopted a wide range of green campus initiatives, including, for example, solar energy. Solar panels are installed to harness renewable energy, reducing dependence on conventional power resources. We have rainwater harvesting, a dedicated system with a carriage unit, pre-treatment filtration, and a storage tank in place. A 350 KLD roof rainwater tank at the college site enables efficient conservation and utilization of water resources. We also have in-house sewage treatment plant where wastewater generated on campus is treated on-site, allowing reuse for landscaping, irrigation, and flushing. This not only conserves water but also reflects MCC's strong commitment to environmental responsibility. Waste management. Waste is systematically segregated with color-coded bins for different types of waste, ensuring scientific and eco-friendly disposal. Clean drinking water. The college maintains 3 reverse osmosis unit for safe drinking water. And water quality is periodically tested, and the same is displayed on the notice board for transparency. We also have vermicomposting and biogas plant on our campus. Wind energy. At our Tondaibavi campus in Chikkaballapur, the Mount Carmel Education Society has installed windmill to harness wind energy, furthering renewable energy adoption. Sustainable mobility. To reduce greenhouse gas emissions, students and staff are encouraged to use metro and public transport. Recognizing connectivity challenges, MCC has facilitated feeder buses to metro stations. Energy conservation measures. To minimize the energy use, students are encouraged to take staircase with lifts reserved for those unable to climb. The campus also uses solar water heaters in hostels, LED lighting, and solar street lights to reduce energy consumption. Regarding food waste awareness and zero waste management, we also conduct awareness programs for students on minimizing food waste. Every day we have a board kept in the canteen measuring how much is the food waste that it is created, so that the students can understand about the food waste. And I'm happy and proud to say that the food wastage is coming day by day on our campus. The institution practices zero waste management, where food waste is channeled into composting and biogas production, reinforcing the college's vision of circular and sustainable campus. Through these initiatives, MCC has significantly upgraded its infrastructure to lower carbon footprint and promote sustainable living. By integrating renewable energy sources, solar, wind and biogas, efficient water management, waste recycling, and clean energy solutions, the college is actively contributing to UN Sustainable Development Goals. Now, coming to the main part here, that is our association with FFC. About 3 years ago, Mount Carmel College began its association with the Future Founders Co. The values of FSC are deeply aligned with our own, as well as with the mission of Institution Innovation Council and Industry Institute Council. Since then, MCC has hosted multiple interactions with FFC, making their presence an integral part of our students' learning journeys. The IIS program has held a special place in this partnership. Unlike conventional competitions, it is designed as a transformational experience that reshapes students' perspectives on climate and sustainability. The students who have participated in IIS have gone on to become strong young leaders, carrying forward their learnings into careers and community initiatives. Our continued engagement with FFC has produced numerous moments of mentorship, collaboration, and student transformation, with interactions led by Mr. Rohan and his team leaving a lasting impact. These experiences underscore why our collaboration with FFC has always felt natural and value-driven. Today, with colleagues from other universities present, we take pride in sharing this model of partnership that demonstrates how institutions like MCC can nurture sustainability-driven innovation through meaningful collaboration with organizations such as FFC. Thank you once again, FFC, for giving me the opportunity to share the efforts taken by Mount Carmel College towards sustainability and innovation. Apart from these initiatives, we also have included this as a part of our curriculum, and they learn it as an elective paper or as an SEC paper. Thank you all.
Thank you, Shanti ma'am, for those powerful words. It's truly inspiring to hear MCC's perspective on building a sustainable future and partnership with the Future Founders Co. Let's give her another round of applause. MCC fosters sustainability-driven innovations through impactful partnerships and green initiatives like solar energy and rainwater harvesting. Our collaboration with the Future Founders Co. empowers students to become young leaders driving meaningful change. You know, Arya, your story about your time in Singapore and your teammates being your biggest cheerleaders keeps coming to mind. It's so true that having that kind of support can make all the difference.
Absolutely, Harshini, and for that very reason, it's my privilege to welcome on stage a friend and a constant source of motivation during our time in Singapore. He was my photographer, my cheerleader, and a voice reminding me that you have got this, even when I was just trying to make a cup of instant noodles. Please join me in welcoming Anish Murkipudi, the ICIS 2024 national winner and ACIYLS alumni, on stage.
Can we get my slide deck up, please? Good afternoon, everyone present here. My name is Anish Murkipudi, awardee of ISS 2024. If you haven't heard of me already, minus 10 brownie points for you. I think that's fair? Yeah. That being said, it's an honor for me to be delivering the context-setting speech for today. Exactly 1 year ago, I found myself in the same position as you all are right now. Thank you. Seated alongside my teammates, Ruth and Shweta, eagerly anticipating the announcement that little did we know would change our lives. Well, I'm back today, not just as someone who went through ISS, but as someone who has helped design and deliver this year's edition. And that feeling is proof that what starts as a single moment here can grow into something bigger than any of us imagined. Over the past 3 months, I have been witness to how much students can grow and learn when given the space and resources to work on what they're truly passionate about. Winning ISS last year was life-changing, but being on the other side gave me a whole new outlook for the work that goes into creating this experience for students. In this year's ISS edition, 214 shortlisted students from all over India participated and collaborated over a month, solving for problems you and I face every single day. Heat, air quality, overconsumption, greenwashing, fast fashion. This wasn't just theory. It was us trying to deal with the mess around ourselves. In the clothes we wear, the food we eat, the traffic we sit in, and the waste piling up in our streets. Teams worked with 104 mentors from over 30 different countries to tackle these issues that have come to alter our lives permanently. But ISS wasn't always this big. We began with just 23 teams in 2023. grew to 52 teams in 2024, and now in 2025, it has reached its biggest milestone yet. A total of 107 shortlisted teams across 13 bootcamps, 8 cities across India, and over 1,200 participants. We have grown 2x year on year. That's wild growth. And honestly, it's not just numbers on a slide. It's us showing up and making this thing bigger every single year. FFC was created so people like you and I could have space to act. Most of the time, systems don't take us seriously. Most of the spaces we study in don't give us this freedom to fail, not one bit. But here we have a voice. With the vision of bringing education and opportunities in sustainability for university students, FFC was designed to bridge a gap by helping students feel empowered and be truly seen and heard. The program serves as a platform for deliberation, problem solving, and collaboration amongst young people all over India. In a world that most times works against young people, FFC strives to empower and challenge a system that is stacked against us. When programs like this existed before, they were really limited to engineering and tech students, which left students from other fields very left out and disconnected from action. FFC was built to change that pattern and make sure everyone from any background can participate, create value, and learn in the program. The program is designed in a way that pushes participants to step out of their comfort zones and do something completely outside of their skill set and domain. Being heavily focused on user experience and student centricity, FFC continues to grow and adapt to students' needs. With every new batch, we refine our style and delivery to make the program a little bit more engaging for you guys. Every experience is curated with a lot of effort. Our themes evolve, grading and evaluation metrics change, and they are improved. And we're constantly looking for ways to make this experience more impactful for our batches. We carefully iterate, curate, and collaborate with various pathway partners to offer the best end program results to our teams. If we ask you to be user-centric, that's something we try to hold ourselves to every day as a team. If we ask you to value individuals over ideas, it's because we've seen firsthand that the strength of this program has always come from people and the way they show up. We push you to collaborate, it's because this entire program has only come together through the effort of many people and organizations working side by side. We do not assess anyone on something we do not deliver ourselves. And I think that's part of why what we do feels so authentic and impactful. And I saw this play out up close. We argued, we laughed, we pulled late nights, and we carried the weight of the program together. What mattered the most wasn't the big idea in the room, but how each of us showed up as individuals and how those different strengths made everything we hear today possible. Being part of running an ISS program in itself is a masterclass for me in entrepreneurship. And I've seen it from every angle. I've attended ISS, I've co-facilitated a few sessions, I've worked with mentors and students, I've managed operations and communications. My colleague Aditya isn't here today, but he and I have got a fabulous team. In fact, we worked together so much that in addition to all the FFC work that we had, I made him do one of my CIAs for college. Hashtag trauma bonding. Yeah. And at first, all of these were chasing solutions. We are obviously trained to look for answers and to get restless until we find them. In the beginning, we followed the program instructions and shifted towards being more problem-focused because we wanted to do well here. But over time, I could see the switch. It stopped being about following the program and it became about us. It became about caring for what we were working on. So we went from making memes like this to memes like this. Maybe they aren't as funny as the last one, but they indicate something very important. Learning has happened. And you all know that FFC, the thing we prioritize the most is problem discovery and tangible learning, which ultimately translates to young people getting into sustainability. Our objective is to demonstrate that climate change presents an opportunity rather than only a crisis. Throughout the program, I've observed how every team's thought processes changed and how they started to shift focus from the solution to the actual problem at hand. I've seen teams suddenly catching inspiration and passion for what they are working on and how the way they advocated for their target audience changed. I've seen how students understand problems and did on-ground research. ISS also allows for a lot of flexibility in that way. in the way we imagine solutions for the problems, whether it is in creating a tangible product or designing services or working on advocacy for climate change. For example, Team Pradosh went out to Church Street and Orion Mall, handing out flowers to strangers just to get people talking about fashion consumption. The answers they got gave them insights no desk research could have ever given them. Team Eco Carters didn't stop at reading articles. They went into supermarkets, spoke to vendors and farmers, and asked their hostel cleaning staff, and even hosted a movie screening to spark conversations about single-use plastic. Team Innovationists went right into the chaos of our daily commute. They talked to Rapido and Zepto drivers, traffic police, and experts, and even a pulmonologist to understand the impact of air pollution on two-wheeler riders. Team Revamp pulled together a seminar on ethical fashion, spoke with manufacturing workers, and explained how shifts in demand are reshaping our industry as we speak. This behavior of ownership and initiative also extends to our alumni. It doesn't just switch off when the program ends. It stays with us in a way that makes us crave more of it. That's why so many of us alumni from last year found ourselves coming back either to help or to stay connected. There are more things to be proud of too. Tusharika, Iram, Simone and Bharat, awardees of ISS 2023, came back from Singapore and kept building. They are currently working on a biomaterial-based idea, won the Samsung for Solve competition, and even secured seed funding. In fact, Iram and Simone are not here today because they are pitching in Pune for a few lakhs of funding. Can we have a big round of applause for them? And Tusharika Sahu is here with us today, who is currently working for the startup mission in Karnataka state government. Also importantly, I love that Ranjit sir is here today. Yeah, Ranjit sir, where are you? Hi. Ranjit sir was my mentor last year when we went to Singapore. And this goes on to say that the connection and network you make at FFC is built and structured to last. Samyukta, an awardee of ISS 2024, is now turning cigarette butts into fabric for home upholstery. That's creating something useful and stylish out of waste, and just so amazing to see. And then there are the rest of us, myself, Ruth, Durga, Arya, Shreya, Amara, Lakshmi and Bharat. We came back not just to cheer from the sidelines, but to help run this program and make it sharper and better for the next set of participants. When you put it all together, it's quite clear. The people we were when we first walked into the bootcamps are not the same as the people standing here today. The change keeps showing up in what we do next and in the way we keep moving forward. Everyone who has been a part of FFC has found some way or the other to do something real and tangible and engage themselves with sustainability. For us graduates, sustainability stops feeling like a subject and starts feeling like second nature. If you ask around, most of us will tell you that this program played a huge role in shaping that thought process. The program is built to be a catalyst for learning. Even the small things like our weekly contests were built to sneak in learning. Every assignment gave us a new way to look at the problem. The delta of change and growth we see in people we work with is tremendous. Every step is so thoughtfully designed to keep the user at the center, creating maximum value for them. If you'll allow me, I want to quickly demonstrate something here. All of you in the audience, please stand up if you found yourself doing something outside your comfort zone that you wouldn't have done otherwise. Please stand up if you feel like the ISS program gave you space to discover what you really care about. Stand up if at some point you felt more connected to the people you are solving for than to the solution itself. Everyone's standing up, okay. Stand up if this experience made you believe a little bit more in your own voice and in your ability to create tangible impact in our world. And mentors, if you're here with us today and if you found your experience at being part of FFC valuable, please stand up. If you're standing up right now, it means you're a winner. You see, everyone is a winner at ISS. I stand here proud to say that I am FFC made, and I hope that after ISS you can say that too. Thank you and have a great rest of the evening.
Okay, sorry.
Everybody say FFC.
Thank you, Anish, for that heartfelt journey. You truly reminded us what passion looks like. Yes, I couldn't agree more that we are FFC made. And speaking of visionaries who inspire us to think bigger and do better, it's now my honor to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Sundar Raju, to stage. Dr. Raju has transformed education at ACIYLS University by fusing liberal arts with STEM and championing project-based learning for a rapidly evolving world. His rural development initiative, Project Chittor, spanning 600 acres, integrates sustainability, agriculture, and clean energy, wellness, and digital education, setting a benchmark for community transformation. Through the ACIYLS Foundation, he has also led the distribution of over 1.5 crore meals to Bangalore's underserved communities. From launching Sunray Computers in 1981, India's first 32-bit Unix architecture, to creating our ACT, that is ACT Broadband. So, for all you people who are using ACT Wi-Fi, he's the man behind it. Now serving over 2 million homes and building ACIYLS Power's renewable energy portfolio of more than 500 megawatts. His leadership continues to inspire across technology, energy, hospitality, philanthropy, and even Indian tennis at both national and international levels. We are truly privileged to have with us today. Please join me in giving him a warm round of applause as we welcome Dr. Sundar Raju to stage to share his inspiring words with us.
Afternoon, everyone. And as I stand before all of you, I'm gray-haired man is doing in front of youngsters. And after having heard Anish, I'm fairly convinced that this is passé. What is real is Anish and his bandwagon of millennials. So really, I'll try and keep my conversation as short as possible. And I've been given a segue by being introduced as a person who started something called Project Chittor. And I'll add Project Case to it and talk a little bit of that, because that is my fame or opportunity to figure out how to integrate with these crazy idea entrepreneurs. And I'll tell you, before crazy ideas came, there was something called stupid ideas. And that journey from stupid idea to some ideas that work is a journey that I've traveled over 40 odd years. So rather than talk about all the failures, I'll talk about two things that excite me, get me up every day in the morning, and hope that it'll actually make a change in society. One of them is called Project Case. And Project Case has stupidly ambitious goals, if you will. The goal is to say, how can we get Karnataka to be the AI center of the world? More importantly, how do you use this tool called AI to make sure that Karnataka's GDP, and I say Karnataka's GDP, grows by an additional $50 billion USD annually by 2027. If you churn the numbers, you will understand that this is not ambitious, it is not last frontier, it is stupidly last frontier. And if it isn't stupidly last frontier, I don't want to play the game. So people who travel that journey with me, and there are very few people as of now that have jumped onto the bandwagon, have to be people of this similar ilk. And I'll talk about, in a few minutes, this project case. It's called the Karnataka Artificial Intelligence Center Ecosystem. The goal is, can you create an artificial intelligence ecosystem? And all of you will agree that whether we like it or not, day in, day out, we hear this word called, there are words called artificial intelligence, and it seems like it's overpowering all of us. If you haven't done something in AI, you're passé. That's the normal conversation that I hear from youngsters like you. So I'm presuming all of you are in some way engaged in life and using tools, vehicles that are imbibed in AI in some fashion. So what we set out to do is to say, can we create by 2027 a $50 billion investment in AI in the state of Karnataka? And can we make sure we leverage that to ensure that that particular vehicle improves the GDP of the state of Karnataka, not of India, the state of Karnataka, by $50 billion additional from where it is. Remember, India, if it grows at $50 billion a year in GDP, it is considered an investment in the future and ambitious. That's why I call it stupidly last frontier, that we want Karnataka to achieve what India wants to achieve in the next 2 years. It's a goal that I believe is ambitious, but I truly believe that we will get there sooner than later. And the reason I say this is, we launched this program less than, what I would say, 60, 90 days ago. I mean, we've been having conversations from the beginning of the year, but we launched this program less than 60 days ago. Today we have, I don't know how many of you have heard of a place called the Singularity University out of the Bay Area. It is a very unique institution that has the, I don't know how many of you have heard of a gentleman called Peter Diamandis. Peter Diamandis is a forward-thinking leader in the world of futurism. Ray Kurzweil is his colleague, and Ismail from India is a colleague. It just so happened we've been having conversations with all of them. They're having put forth the idea of project case. They have volunteered. Specifically, Ismail has said, we will bring our team worldwide to engage with you and the government of Karnataka in making sure this turns out to be a success. So the story that was stupidly last frontier seems to be rolling on to becoming a possibility. And we're, what would I say, maybe 3-4 months from the time we started, and we're already there. I believe that will truly be running by, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, by 2026 April. Government of Karnataka and teams from them have joined the grouping that's having a weekly meeting to make this happen. And if we get there by 2026, I promise you we will hit this target of $50 billion investment by 2027. That, I believe, is an outcome of the first 6 months of this journey that will lay the foundation strong enough, robust enough to make that happen. But the interesting thing about that is to say, will I create 500,000 AI practitioners at the cutting edge, at the leading edge by then? And that's where all of you come in and say, how can we join this journey in our own problem-solving way? How do you overlap the problem that is solving We're training the next generation of youngsters, much like all of you, the millennials, and ensuring that we get to a point where we are on that journey for on a solidly laid foundation. I'm really hoping that all of you will spend a moment or two, more than a moment or two, in thinking about this and in ensuring that you figure out a way of interacting, finding those intersections between yourselves and this journey, because this is a train that's traveling at super speed. It needs a lot more support to make sure it doesn't run off the tracks. And I'm confident that youngsters like you and teams of youngsters like you around the country, when you enjoy this journey, we will make sure the rails and tracks are robust enough to make the journey successful. That's on Project Case. It's very Karnataka-centric and it's very technology-centric. But there's an outcome that we want, that is the upliftment of the general populace of the state. We're not talking of one or two segments of the people. Overall, it will be the general populace of the state. The second area is a phrase that I heard in the introduction for myself. It's called Project Chittoor. Project Chittoor started off as a very simple activity of saying, there is an ancestral village of mine. I wanted to see if we can take the barren land out there and make it productive. One thing led to another. We started with 100 odd acres that, colleagues or fellow community members, if you will, joined to start off. We started that on January 15th. Today, 600 acres of food forest capable of delivering 40 truckloads of agricultural produce come out of that area every single day. That's the achievement. To say that we've converted this to a food forest is one thing. To say that we'll get more than 40 truckloads of food produce out of that 600 acres is the real story. And that's just the beginning. Since we've been successful, we decided we'll punish ourselves more. We said, can we achieve 6,000 acres of this by next April? That means in the next 6 months or 8 months or so, can we get to 6,000 acres delivering a similar produce per acre? Somewhat, even if I'm being bashful, somewhat proud to say that volunteers have come to give the trust their lands, the documents of their lands, and these are small farmland holders, and hectare or less. That means they're learning how to survive, not lead a life, survive. They've come on board. We believe that within 6 to 8 months of their land being developed, they'll start generating against 5,000 rupees an acre net. They will generate over 50,000 rupees an acre net savings in the bank. Remember, these are survivalists. Possibly being a gardener, a maidservant, a night watchman today, even though they have small pieces of land that they're holding on to because that's their only crisis answer. So they're holding on to it very safely. We are saying we will be successful when they say, we want to go back to the village. It does mean that you have to do your housework yourselves, but that's the positive second order result, if you will, because clearly getting them to live on their own feet and making sure they don't use their votes for grants, if you will. Rather, they're truly become farmers of productive value to a point. If we achieve those 6,000 acres by next April, the next goal is 60,000. By when it will become a movement, and 40 crore farmer families in India will make India the food bowl of humanity. Let me repeat that again. Indian farmers, less than a hectare each, will become the generators of produce to become the food world of humanity. We've done some analytics, regression analysis, whatever you want to call it, simulations, to believe that we have taken the first step, and the step forward is a true possibility in the realm of possibility. Difficult, last frontier challenge, but will happen. And again, I'm saying that movement should run its course and be second nature to farmers in India by 2027. So 2 impossible goals, 2027 as a deadline, and making India the food bowl of the humanity is a more difficult answer or problem to solve. Between these two, I think, I'm trying to be cool by saying I want to give back to society and feel like a youngster solving problems much the way all of you are. I hope your journey is interesting, challenging. Challenging is something that has happened to me in the last few years, a decade or more. But to see that all of you are taking on challenges and taking on sustainability as a challenge is a very interesting journey. Atria University has a byline, calls itself the Sustainability Center, and the Vice Chancellor said, added a tagline to the Sustainability Center of the world, meaning we are so super focused on addressing sustainability and climate change that we've created a university that travels that journey. And hopefully all of that methodology of delivering that is through identifying large societal problems, finding answers to that, and making that a part of the journey of, the student's journey in the university. Goal again, can we make sure that 50 to 60% by 2027 out of this institution become sustainable entrepreneurs? The theme of sustainability and entrepreneurship is so interwoven in Atria's genes that I'm hoping that when we join people like you, the Mount Carmel AI system, if you will, and areas, partners like, I would say, TAI in Bangalore, though they have a worldwide ecosystem, NASSCOM, because we're an engineering institution, so that's comfortable for us to engage with. But having said that, the real world belongs to, even though I'm an engineer, belongs to non-engineers. AI will take over engineering thing, but critical thinking is what you all represent, and that's something that will be around with humans for the longest time possible. So with that, wish you all the very best, and I hope that in my journey, some of you will engage and make this a movement. Thank you very much. And I don't know how Supriya thought of me for talking, but I hope I did possibly make an engagement as a youngster rather than a gray-haired person. Thank you, Supriya.
I would like to request Dr. Sundar Raju to please stay back on the stage for receiving a small token of appreciation for inspiring us. Thank you so much, Dr. Sundar Raju, for your truly encouraging words. Your insights on AI have especially given us a lot of reflect on as we continue our journeys as changemakers. Now, I'd like to call upon our respected Shanti ma'am on stage to present a token of appreciation towards Dr. Sundar Raju. Following that inspiring note, it's now my pleasure to welcome our next guest, distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Srinivas Rao Mahankali, better known as MSR. With over 37 years of experience, his career is a masterclass in entrepreneurship and ecosystem building. He began his journey as a successful entrepreneur, co-founding the Network Solutions. But MSR's impact extends far beyond his own ventures. He has dedicated himself to building a foundation for others as the former CEO of T Club and Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship, in short as GAME. He continues to shape the future of the innovation ecosystem through adjunct professorships, advisory roles, and partnerships in entrepreneurship and venture capital. He is also actively involved in pro bono initiatives and serves as a key thought leader for the startup community. Please a warm welcome to Mr. MSR.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Or should I say good evening? Yeah, good evening. Okay. So first of all, Dr. Sundar Raju, Shanti ma'am, all the mentors on stage, Supriya, Rohan, and all you young change makers, right? Real honor and privilege to be here. So I'm going to start with a little bit of an anecdote. All of you know Supriya, right? Huh? Okay. So I had the singular pleasure of working with her back in about 2020. So we were both part of the team at GAME, and very interesting time because half of the time we were working through COVID. So we never actually met in person, but we still were able to get things done. And this word which we use normally about some people, and it's a phrase which I use very sparingly. Some people are what you call forces of nature, and Supriya is one. So when she was thinking about starting Future Founders Club, she spoke to me. I said, Supriya, this is the first time I have seen you hesitate about doing anything, right? So I said, go for it, right? And then she told me Rohan, whom also I met, I think maybe once or twice. Rohan, for those of you who don't know, used to dabble in the stock market. She used her enormous powers of persuasion to make Rohan part of FFC, and I'm so delighted to be here today. After I understand this is the third edition of the the Startathon. So I'm really happy to be here today. Okay, so I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about why I think the work which you are doing under the Future Foundation, this thing is so critical for India, right? One of my favorite authors was a guy called Mark Twain. And how many of you have read Mark Twain? Older people are not allowed to raise their hands, but young people can. Okay. So Mark Twain was this chap who wrote, Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, and a bunch of books. And he came visiting to India about 100 years ago. And when he went back, he went and said, in India, for everything that is true, the opposite is also true, right? And why is that relevant in today's time, right? On one hand, people talk about India becoming the fourth largest country by way of GDP, right? We are now in this, brittle, uncertain, volatile world, we are standing up to, the folks in the US. We are trying to live in a multi-aligned world. We have to do this delicate balancing act between various world powers. So while there's a lot to be very happy about in India, but we also have some of humanity's biggest challenges ahead of us, right? So I realized Supriya had helped me put together some talking points. But then one of the things I realized is after listening to first Shanti ma'am, then the young and inspirational Anish, and then of course Dr. Sundaraju, I must now do this kind of extempore. Okay, so allow me to do that, right? So while there's a lot to be very proud of in terms of India, in terms of you take every parameter. So for example, you take literacy levels, you take infant mortality rates, you take maternal mortality rates, quality of healthcare, GDP per person, etc., etc. There is still we are in a situation today where people of my age, and don't allow the lack of grayness in my hair to fool you. I'm pretty old, and some of my team members used to call me dinosaur. So you can use that too. Is that we have a responsibility to live the world in a better place than when we came in, right? And the work which I think Future Founders is doing in creating, first of all, consciousness about how do we create a better world, and then putting together a structure. Today, I think young people have choices. There are lots of choices to go out and do. But thinking about solving fundamental problems, creating a better world, creating a more sustainable planet, solving issues of climate change. So kudos to all those involved. I heard Supriya was telling me this last year you had 20 teams, and this year you have 100 plus teams. So give yourselves a big hand for being part of this movement, right? One of my other favorite people is a chap, whom most of you, now I know we are all digital, so we mostly transact through UPI, etc. So many of us don't carry, notes in our hand, but we have, some of us still old-fashioned people carry notes in our hand. We have the photo of a guy called Gandhi, and one thing Gandhi said, and I think this audience really kind of is testament to what he said, which is be the change you want to see, right? So it's so easy for all of us to get caught up in our own little world and our own little cocoons and watch the world go by. But for all of you to step up and say, listen, we want to be part of this. We want to be part of, let's say, the Dandi March, which Gandhi did almost 95 years ago, and be part of this movement to create a more sustainable planet. So it's completely, it's heart-rending and something where I do feel that all of you have chosen the right thing to do, okay? And ultimately it is not about whether you go out and build, all of us are focused on building, many of us are focused. I come from the startup world. Dr. Raju has built a very successful business. But I think increasingly the world is moving to a place where you should align profit with purpose, right? And the work you're doing, right, I think is extremely purposeful. So keep this up. You'll have lots of other things to challenge you, other demands on time. But when I was listening to Anish, who seems to have disappeared suddenly somewhere, the fact that when he was talking about how they started becoming thinking about the problem and not so much the solution, and all the other things which he spoke about, critical thinking, creative thinking, collaboration, community, right, and communication, right? I think just giving you that confidence, saying, listen, we can do it, and we can all be part of a team which works together, and to use a cliche, together everyone achieves more, right? I can't do those hashtag lines, I learn from you, but I think essentially this whole thing about climate entrepreneurship, right? And I've been associated, as when they were introducing me, I've worn a few hats in my life, but I have seen, 2 or 3 companies I have worked with very closely. One of them is a company called Recycle, based out of Hyderabad. It will soon become a unicorn, right? They are doing some wonderful work in terms of aggregating, aggregating for waste management, bringing together set of communities to be able to manage, segregate, and recycle waste. Another company I worked with very closely is a company called Banyan Nation. Okay. Now all of you who have gone and stayed in hotels, so for example, we have these, toiletries, etc. So how do you get them recycled, etc. And then there's one more company called Switchico. So I know it takes a lot, in terms of starting something from ground up, but I think the foundation which you're getting in FFC through challenges like what you're running here is a great first step, right? And to like, I think when I was listening to Dr. Raju, I talk about something called BHAG, BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. So the 2 big audacious projects which he is doing, the project Chittur and the project Case, you have to dream big, right? Change will not happen if you think incrementally. Okay, change has to be, if you have to think about change, you have to think about it in an order of magnitude change, not incremental delta changes, but 10x plus kind of change is how you'll become a better place. So I think, as future entrepreneurs, one of the things I'd recommend to you is that, be resilient. Sometimes, all great, whether it was Gandhi, whether it was, Jesus, or whether it was Vivekananda or anybody else, initially, people mock you, they challenge you. Somebody is trying to call me to sell me something on the phone. This thing, but if you believe in the conviction of your ideas, and if you are passionate about what you are doing, you'll be able to convince people to come around to you and get them aligned to working with you, right? So I think I just want to close with a few thoughts. I think the fact that this is a moment whose time has come, okay, as Victor Hugo once famously said, there's a tidal wave, which comes in, and then you just get on it. And I'm hoping next year you'll not have 1,200, but you'll have 12,000 people taking part in this, right? So what I really like about this, and when I heard Anish speak, I think more than anything else, there's one takeaway for me from what you said, Anish. It is you've tried to put your user at the center, okay? And that's something which is true of anyone who's trying to start something. Think, and again going back to Gandhi, there's one famous quote from Gandhi about think of the poorest man and what the work which you are doing, what difference is it making to his or her life, right? So putting the user at the center, you cannot design in isolation. You have to think about the people whose lives will be touched by the work which you are doing, right? So remember that the journey which you guys are on, I think is going to require persistence. It's going to require a lot of hard work, but you have a community, right? And thus, I think the community, I'm so happy to hear that the batch of 24 is so actively involved in the work which in getting this organized for 25, and that's how you build communities, right? And again, taking refuge in another cliche, it takes a village to build a child, and I think what you are building here is a real manifestation of all of that. So I also, Supriya was telling me that they're going to be launching the Climate Action Fund. Okay, so I won't steal her thunder by talking about it. But I think obviously to do anything at scale, capital is required. Okay, and the fact that you are now able to align people and get them to help you with capital, I think is going to further inspire these young people to be able to take their ideas from idea to prototype to MVP, and then obviously to scale, right? So I want to just close by saying, innovation is the seed, okay? But courage and conviction are the water and the sunlight, okay? So you need good seed, favorable soil, and a good climate. I'm borrowing a line from our game days, Lakshmi, as we speak, to make this happen. And so dream big, build fearlessly, and know that the baton of sustainability will go forward with every problem you solve, every team you inspire, and every small step you take. So thank you for taking the initiative, and look forward to hearing more and more about FFC, and making sure that you make a visible change to solving these complex problems of sustainability and climate change. So the journey starts now. One small step, again from Louis Armstrong, one small step for man, but a big leap for mankind. And I think you've begun the journey. So best of luck. Thank you.
I would like to request Mr. Srinivas Rao Mahankali to please stay back on stage for receiving a small token of appreciation for inspiring us. Thank you, Mr. Srinivas Rao Mahankali, for your insightful words. I request Shanti Ma'am to please come on stage to present a token of appreciation towards Mr. Srinivas Rao Mahankali. Thank you all.
Thank you, Harshini, and thank you once again to our esteemed guests of honor for their inspiring words. Looking at all of you sitting in the audience today has made me extremely nostalgic, as a year ago we were sitting in your place, and that's the day when everything changed for us. As we move into the next segment, it's my pleasure to introduce someone very special. She is my fellow ACIYLS alumni and honestly one of the most patient and calm people I have seen, especially when we were trying to choreograph a 7-minute dance in the middle of a hotel lobby. Please join me in welcoming Ruth Menon on stage.
Thank you so much, Arya. I'm sure my fellow ISS and ACIYLS alumni will agree with me when I say that being here on stage after last year is a full circle and heartwarming moment. During my time here, I've come to see that ISS is so much more than just a program. It is designed to be an immersive and impactful journey for students. It places you in rooms you never imagined yourself in and in conversations with people with valuable perspectives, just like our guests of honor today. And when I first joined the bootcamp, I looked at it simply as a competition to be won. But as I began working on the project, I found myself engaged in passionate conversations and discussions about problems our world faces due to lack of sustainability. It made me realize that the quiet sense of dissatisfaction that I had been taught to set aside over the past years was in fact something worth voicing. Here, I was finally able to share it with like-minded people, peers, and collaborate on meaningful solutions with them. I remember sitting at the 2024 graduation ceremony and watching 2023 alumni on stage. Never did I think I could address such a large crowd. From being confused yet hopeful in my first days here to becoming confident, optimistic, and more sustainable, I've come a long way in this journey. This has been nothing short of a transformative experience, one that not only broadened my horizons, but also empowered me to carry on the spirit of sustainability. And I truly hope it has been the same for all of you present here. Supriya ma'am and Rohan sir have been extraordinary mentors to us last year as well as this year, as we've been with them, helped them around the boot camps, which brings the entire program closer to my heart. They have created a warm and approachable environment. They ensure that every student feels comfortable in expressing their thoughts and insights. It is evident, not just in the formal sessions that we have, but also in casual conversations, light-hearted group chats, and even the creative stickers made to capture ma'am's most iconic expressions. At the same time, they have gently reminded us never to lose sight of what truly matters, because ISS is built on two unwavering pillars: youth and sustainability. And that is exactly why it makes sense to hear directly from the students themselves in today's panel discussion, because no one can capture the spirit, energy, and impact of ISS better than its participants. So, Arya, I'm so excited to introduce the next piece of today's conversation. FFC has always been about young people being in front and center, so it is a no-brainer for us to host a panel discussion with the participants of this year's program. For me, the panel discussion is always the highlight.
I know, right? It's when you get to hear from our future leaders. But I just hope that their plan for more sustainable is better than my attempt at keeping my dorm room plant alive.
Or my caffeine addiction. But seriously, on to the more important and serious topic. Let us go ahead and discuss about these crucial topics.
Now, I'd like to give a huge round of applause to our panelists as they come to the stage.
Oh, I don't know what I did it to us. So leading our discussion is Samyukta Anbarasu, the moderator for this evening. Samyukta, if you can come up. She is my fellow 2024 alumni and is currently pursuing her undergraduate degree at Jain University, Center for Management and Studies, specializing in BBA entrepreneurship. She is also working on her startup, as mentioned before, VIA, which is about transforming cigarette butt fibers into innovative, eco-friendly solutions. Our first panelist is Mohammad Rayan Pasha. Ryan, where are you? Yes. He's a BTech digital transformation student at Atria University. Next, we have Nachatra KS. She is currently pursuing BBA in retail management and is representing PSGR Krishnamal College for Women at Coimbatore. Up next, Zulekha Ayman Zubair. He is a second year BTech Computer Science and Engineering student at CMR University. Now my friends from Christ Yashwantpur campus, Pranav H and Racheta Sao. Pranav is pursuing an undergraduate in finance and analytics, and Racheta is currently a third-year student of BSc Psychology. Then we have Aditi Gudi, a final year student of BCom in Strategic Finance at Mount Carmel College. Finally, the two Kirtikas from Jain University. Kirtika Pusuluri is a third year student pursuing BBA Entrepreneurship, and Kirtika Siddha is also pursuing BBA Entrepreneurship at Jain University. Samyukta, our moderator, the stage is all yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Samyukta, and yeah, they obviously gave my intro. Last year, I was exactly sitting in the same position, and I was like, okay, why? What is happening? Why are they not announcing the results yet? My brain, I just can't explain it. But I just can figure out what you guys are thinking as well. But right now, what we are going to have is going to be very chill. It's something that you guys have learned, something that you guys have been through the master classes, through the workshops, all the underground works that you guys did. That is exactly what's going to happen here, and we're going to talk more about it. And it's such an honor that I was asked to moderate it, because I was a panelist last year. I was sitting exactly where they were sitting, and I was given the opportunity to talk from what all I think works best for the environment and society. The idea that I came up with is because of FFC, because I never thought we could focus on something very minute. But you guys will know that during the workshops, they've emphasized on not only focus on the bigger picture, but also on the tiniest of the picture that is possible and is available everywhere. And thank you, FFC, Rohan sir, Supriya ma'am. I don't think I've told this before, but you guys made this happen. Thank you so much. So yeah, right now we have 8 panelists over here, and I have individual questions for all of you guys. So starting with Aditi Gudi. Oh yeah. Let's give a huge round of applause for Aditi Gudi, guys.
Thank you.
So in my business journey, I always ask this question, why? And I'm pretty sure in master classes also, they've made it very particular that you guys are supposed to ask why before, coming up with a problem statement or a solution as well for it. How do you think the asking question, which is why, was very crucial for the whole, master class, and the way you came up with the idea and how you worked on with it? How was the why question relevant?
I think the why question was relevant in more than just a single way. Starting with, it has almost become like an instinct to ask, okay, why this, why that? And I want to highlight one conversation that we had with one of our mentors. He was called Vivek Nair, really cool person, by the way. And he kept pushing us to question us, why does the problem actually exist? Or why does the problem exist, and why do you want to solve for it? And surprisingly, after my teammate Arya and I, we dig deep into it, and we realized that most of the initial reasons that we had on our hand were just convenient assumptions, right? And another such conversation that I want to highlight with another mentor of ours, Ola Tomide, again, amazing person, was that, again, she kept pushing us, why do you as a person want to solve for this problem, and why this particular problem, right? And one thing that I gathered from all of these conversations was that empathy becomes so important when you're trying to solve for any sort of problem. Because think about it, if you're just asking why in vacuum, what are you going to get out of it? Being able to relate to my target group and being able to understand them actually made me and my teammate realize that we are also part of our target group, which completely changed the way we were thinking about the solution. And yeah, just to sum up, sustainability can be a space where sometimes you can feel very lonely. But at the same time, if you keep asking these whys and the hows and keep that empathy alive in this world where short-term wins are rewarded more than long-term progress, you really realize that you're doing something meaningful. And yeah, that's the gist of why I think asking the question why is very important.
Very right, very right. Let's give a huge round of applause. Okay. So, Nachitra.
Hi.
Hi. How do you feel right now?
Please don't ask that question.
No, I have to ask, because you guys are sitting here and then you guys are you guys are supposed to answer to my questions.
Okay.
You guys have no other choice.
No, my hands are cold. I'm kind of nervous. And I hope taking full advantage.
I am given the opportunity. I can do it.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm praying to the God that I don't miss the point which I really want to deliver. Like, something which I've learned, I should deliver all the learned thing here.
Okay, that's good. So, Nachitra, I got to know that you have started a community where you practice all the sustainable actions and you even preach them.
Yeah.
So that requires so much confidence, and you are supposed to come out of your comfort zone and do it. And it always happens when you take small step. So what are your thoughts on, coming out of the comfort zone and doing things?
So, first of all, thank you for acknowledging the community, and our community named as Small Step for Earth. So, which we try to say that you always need to take that one step, not the biggest, perfect one, just the small. So, talking about me, I was someone who really want to, create impact around my people and the planet. I always had this dream of doing it, but I was wondering how. But I had this dream of, creating a community. But I was scared. The questions echoed every time in my brain, like, can you do this? Or what if you fail? But after the first day of bootcamp, I don't know what magic Supriya ma'am did. So I was like, I went. I was not, feared of anything. I just started a community with just 10 people. I was not, concerned about the quantity, but the quality, which is really important. After the community, I just started to work, and right now we have more than 100 members in that who are actively participating. Thank you. So participating in that. So through this, I learned that you always need to that one step. You don't want to wait for the, perfect moment to come. You start, the perfect moment comes already along the way. Another one is comfort zone. It's the biggest breaking point I've took. Even today I was like, everyone, oh, you're Nakshatra. I was like, oh God, you all know me. So this all happened because I stepped out of my comfort zone. I just text everyone. For example, for this project, I went to mall. I spoke with strangers, complete strangers. I was asking, many of them, denied to answer us questions. But still there were so many people who were interested to speak about this. And also we got a lot of community members through that. Also, reaching out to the people in LinkedIn. After, seeing their LinkedIn page, I'll be like, hey, hi, I'm Nakshatra. I'm trying to create a community. Would you like to be part of it? And I got a lot of no's, to be frank. I asked for participants. I asked for mentors. I also asked for collaboration. But the happy thing is, I got yes. That were very quality yes. We are going to collaborate with two people, two biggest organization, Coimbatore, and upcoming days. Yeah, thank you. So we're going to do that thing. And this all couldn't have happened if I was feared of getting out of the comfort zone. Something I really value and believe is you always need to get out of the comfort zone. Through the process, you get the opportunities. You could grab the opportunities. Nothing could have done, nothing could have made without getting out of the comfort zone. So it's very important to, take your step and get out of the comfort zone, and I'm sure you're gonna rock. Yeah.
Obviously, because you never know until you do it.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
There should always be a step which you have to do, and then whatever the result is, we can take care.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have a community, and I think Ryan also has a community. You do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw your LinkedIn post. You went from schools to school, and then you were talking about air pollution, and I think you have more than 600 students on board. And I saw it in your LinkedIn page. That's such a good initiative, because when she said you talked about comfort zone, I could think about what you just did, and that needs a lot of courage. You did it. That's great. So my question to you is, can you share your thoughts on how whatever the process you did, you came out of your comfort zone, you did whatever you could, how that is connected to students' experiences, and how are they supposed to handle it as the first-hand issues?
So first of all, thank you for that question. It is wonderful to hear that you have gone through my LinkedIn posts and the work we, Team Kara, are putting in with my teammate Kanishka Raghavendra. But here's the thing. Our journey began with this. Am I audible? Yeah, okay. It's echoing for me, so I'm so sorry. So our journey began from connecting with students, because when I went to college or even in my school times, the one thing I usually saw was a lot of dust that I was breathing through. I usually travel with a two-wheeler or a cycle sometimes, or just maybe walk. I live in a very construction-heavy zone. So the first thing I noticed was myself and all my other classmates started having health issues such as dry skin, hair fall, or different kinds of health issues. So we wanted to solve this, right? We wanted to find a viable solution to how can students or maybe just people come up with something that helps them, fight towards it or something like that. But the whole push for us came from the problem, and finding out that real problem is what takes the effort, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is how living in the crisis firsthand gives you the medium to understand the problem in much more depth than you can think about it, right? So when we talked with these 600 students from school to schools, they told that they too were facing issues like this, and they wanted a medium to convey these issues. And we, Kara, came with that particular solution, providing them with a medium where they can approach anybody, maybe government authorities or companies, talking about climate change or dust pollution. So we are trying to solve the dust in Bangalore, right? The urban construction heavy Bangalore, which is right now the state of art, right? Bangalore, AI, and everything as such. So the second thing we wanted to interact with these students was to how can we solve solutions, or how can we come up with communities or providing them a medium to solve these kind of problems, right? So technology and people right now go hand in hand, and we had to integrate technology somehow. So we built an app where students can communicate with other students to solve real-time problems. And this is how we are right now partnered with one school which has over 2,000 students, which is NAS Edu Talent School, and the other one is the Indian Public School, which is across globe. And we are trying to create this medium in solving real-time solutions. So here's the thing. The youth of Bangalore doesn't want a token seat or a table to talk about. They also want real-time agencies, resources, trust that they can build on, just like the Future Founders Co. and my dear university, ATI University, where we are given a platform to talk. We youngsters have the motivation from these kinds of agencies, and also a way that we can actually get on to a viable solution, right? So that's all about it, and that's the way I have to think about, or the three things, right, I talked about. One, living the problem firsthand or experiencing it. Second, thinking differently, especially like how Dr. Sundaraju told, like having crazy ideas or being stupid is also a way you can solve problems, right? And the third thing is having or demanding agencies to help us out is what is the state of the art right now we can think of. That's
very good, very good. Such good initiative you guys have all taken. Nice. So when you spoke about air pollution, I was able to think of climate action, climate change, which brings me to you, Pranav. So before FFC, I have to be very honest, I didn't know what climate action was, climate change was. I did not even take the initiative to think about it. But yeah, it was a rule that we are supposed to study and learn about everything, and that is why I also did it. But once I started doing it, I found myself enjoying it, because I didn't know all of this existed. Whatever I learned, whatever I researched, I didn't know it existed. So my question to you is, do you feel like the climate action and everything that we're doing for climate is just a sacrifice of social work, or we can do something much more bigger than that?
Okay, thanks for the opportunity, Sam. So I feel like that's a very layered question. And okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be kind of yapping for a solid 2.5, 3 minutes. And I'm a very conversational person. This is more about, I want to resonate with all of you in the crowd. No matter where you're from or what you're working on, I'm talking to the young people in this room today. So if you guys like kind of resonate with what I'm saying, just give me a yes, give me a no. Like, just give me some feedback. Yeah? Thank you. So, from my perspective, I'm an analytics student, like finance and analytics. I'm currently sitting for placements in my university. And I have been in a career dilemma. I had this thought where I wanted my career to have more impact than just Excel sheets and slide decks, right? And I feel like there's a lot of people in this room, a lot of young people in this room who had that same thought, who feel the same. We're ready to work hard. We're ready to hustle, right? We keep getting that from society. But we want it to be for a purpose. We want to create more of a difference in the world than just lining a company's pockets, than just making money, right? But we also kind of just don't feel like we have a choice. We're so conditioned into this kind of FOMO about, I'm losing money, I'm losing time, I'm losing the race. If our career paths aren't all figured out at like 21, I'm turning 21 in a few months, I am not going to have it all figured out, but there is an expectation too. And I feel like because pro-planet careers don't fall into that mainstream box, right? We kind of, what it caused me to do was I just kind of shelved away my sustainability career aspirations, right? As, okay, I'll pursue them when I have money and stability and experience, right? I was afraid. And if your career doesn't fall into the mainstream box, you feel anxious, you feel isolated, right? And so the big question here is, why is this perception like that, right? Why do we perceive, or why does society perceive pro-planet careers as vague, uncertain? Why is there a lack of awareness? At least I feel like the answer is just this massive information gap that we have in our society and education system, right? So I'm thinking that before ISS, everyone in this room, like Sam herself said, everyone in this room would have had a certain kind of stereotype box in their heads, right? What do you think climate careers are? Volunteering, NGOs, maybe CSR and ESG, non-profits. Is this making sense to all of you? Yeah? Before ISS, I'm assuming y'all would have maybe had that little box. I did. I really did. And what ISS has taught me has kind of shattered that assumption, that perception. Because I have learned that there are climate careers spanning every industry and every skill set. There's finance and analytics and engineering and law and policy and sustainable design and sustainable fashion, which I was working on with my teammate Ahana. She's in the audience. And all of these different things spanning so many industries, right? They exist. There are so many diverse opportunities in the pro-planet sphere, but we don't see them. They are not talked about. They might as well be invisible to us, right? And because of that, there is just that lack of, that's what causes that information chasm, that giant gap between planet and career. And because of that gap, we don't even have the chance to put them together and consider a pro-planet career, right? Yeah. So, ISS has also given me one more epiphany, which is that pro-planet careers are our future. As Supriya ma'am has said, like probably a million times, every job is a climate job, right? There are going to be 240 lakh new pro-planet jobs in the world economy by 2030, as estimated by the International Labour Organization. Right? This is not tomorrow, this is now, this is coming. This is for us. And to conclude, I feel like we need to change that narrative. We need to close that gap between planet and career and give young people the chance to make that informed choice. And I feel like when we do, more young people will find their purpose in pro-planet careers.
Very rightly said, Pranav. There were so many facts in whatever you just said, which I personally also didn't. I bet nobody else also knows about it. I want to know where you got all this information from. Okay. Yeah, I know. So, you spoke about how we grow old and then we are forced to take a decision. Like, for example, the career. And then our campuses are often preparing us for going behind all the campus interviews, placements, and there's nothing much we find interesting, right? Yeah, I also agree, yeah. Okay, my professor is here. Okay, so, sorry, sir. Yeah. So, Kirtika, who is also from my class, and same course, Kirtika Siddha, I want to ask this question. Just don't think our professor is here, it's okay. You have to answer this. You have no choice. Do you really feel like our campus is preparing us for prioritizing sustainability, or do you just think it's an optional add-on?
Okay. So that's a really good question. Thank you for asking me, Sam. So, first of all, I want to share some thoughts like,
Do you take this one?
Can I?
Yes.
Keep it. Sorry. So, yeah, I want to share something that sustainability always feels like an extra thing in campus. Like it always feels like an extra, not an important one. Yeah, so like in our colleges, whenever I look around, we as a students always focus on exams, classes, and getting a job. So in this busy rush, we always keep a sustainability as a side aspect. And the truth is, the future we are stepping into will not let us ignore it anymore. So let me just share a few thoughts. Like, what if sustainability is a part of everyday learning? Maybe like colleges can improve a lot. Like, I'm so sorry, guys. I was a little tensed.
Yeah, it's because of our professor. I know, I shouldn't have mentioned it. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
So,
It's okay. Come on.
oh my God. Thank you so much for the support. So, right now in many colleges, sustainability is just a club or an elective or maybe a one event. So, what if it was a part of every subject? Imagine students graduating with not just career skills, but also with the knowledge of sustainable, like how they can live and work in sustainable way. That would be powerful, right? So, and second, sustainability and careers are linked. Today in jobs in every field, maybe fashion or farming, technology, etc., they are asking for green skills. And these are not extra skills anymore. They are essential. While thinking about this, I actually reminded of a quote I also used during my ISS pitching. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And yeah, that's so true, because the future of work needs more people who can step up, like who can do it on their own without, instead of waiting for others to fix things up. And also we need a lot of people who have the skills, like for better solutions for this world. And the third, what if campus itself becomes an example? Like today, in not only in the syllabus or in daily life, like from saving energy and like reducing waste to supporting students for eco projects, campus can set up a really good role. Like they can be a role model for students. And yeah, so coming to the question, like, is our colleges ready for the future? Maybe not fully yet, but they can be. I believe they should be.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very right, very right. Good.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's fine. It's on a professor. Chill. Okay. So, my next question is to Kirtika Pusuluri, who's also from my same class. And I'm not going to mention that our professor is here again. You did. Let's just ignore that. Okay.
We cannot.
So, yeah, it's okay. Okay. I want to talk about Tusharika, Irum, and Simone, who are here. They are architecture student guys, but they are building a biofilm business. And I think they've already raised like 5 lakhs for their idea by now. Yeah, that's a very good thing. And this brings me to one very small ideology, that you don't always have to depend on which background you come from. Idea is an idea. If you have interest on it, you have to work on it. So we've right now spoken so much about, climate and sustainability is all mindset thing. And how, Tusharika, Irom and Simone thought the idea is an idea, but they didn't relate it to their background. That also comes solely from their mindset. So given that you have a behavioral psychology background, I want to ask this question. How do you think all of this, the topic of sustainability, climate action, environment, and everything that we're focusing on right now is all completely based on mindset?
I 100% agree to what you said. In my ISS journey, when I attended Marla's masterclass, by the way, what I'm talking is dedicated to Marla if you're watching the live. So when I attended Marla's masterclass, when someone asked her what is the biggest problem that you think is in the world, I expected her to talk on the lines of sustainability or maybe poverty or education or big climate change. But what she said was so simple, yet very thought-provoking. She said the world lacks empathy, and that is the biggest problem, right? As Aditi already mentioned about empathy, if we see, later after that workshop, when Marla has said it, and I was thinking of shifting to reusable period panties to make a sustainable swap. Later on, I realized I myself was quite hesitant to wash my own period panty, while like any others, I had no problem expecting the house helps or the sanitation workers to deal with my mess, my waste every single day, right? That also made me open my eyes that how easy it is for us to look away from the people who are dealing with the actual problem on the ground, right? We outsource our inconvenience. At the same time, we are outsourcing empathy. And awareness without action is empathy on mute, right? And this is a huge change in myself, right? When I talk about behavioral psychology or empathy, deep down, it comes down to questioning ourselves with the choices that we are making every single day. Back then, centuries ago, sustainability was not a choice. It was a way of living. But today, we have a lot of companies, lot of lifestyle marketing that is happening where disposables and plastics have become a way of living life, right? A way of convenience in everyday life,
right? So back then, in centuries ago, sustainability was not a choice. I think if we ask people from our grandparents or great-grandparents, they're going to say, what is sustainability? While all that they're doing and all the actions that they're taking are sustainable actions. Right? Today, it's a choice. It's become a choice. Back then, it's become the way of living. And we don't lack alternatives. We have a lot of sustainable alternatives. We just lack taking pride in those alternatives and using them.
Okay. So my next question is to Ayman. Yeah. So here go, Ayman. Let's go.
Go, Ayman.
Thank you. Okay. So you know how many of us expect others to take responsibility for our actions? Like, we might expect our college or government to handle things while we forget to take care of it. Because it is not only an environment for others, it is for us as well. So we are basically living in it, living around it. So through this program, I want you to share few thoughts on how you think responsibility actually works for us, especially students.
Yes, definitely, Sam. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here and to talk about climate change and sustainability with my fellow participants of ISS. So coming back to what Sam said, I couldn't agree more. Like, after joining ISS, I think it has, I believe our mindset towards especially sustainability has changed a lot. So one fact is that most of us usually underestimate how deeply climate change affects our lives. And we, often end up thinking that it's the government's job or it's the campus management's, it's only the campus management's duty to manage the waste and be sustainable. But then it's our responsibility first. So, and through ISS, I've actually realized that before anyone else, we should maintain it. And one more thing is that before, whenever I used to hear the word sustainability, I used to be like, I don't think I can do that. Or I would think that, I need to be in a certain level first before being sustainable. But then also, like Nachitra said, we don't have to be something already to be something new. So even if we're like very imperfect, you just need to start. And I think through ISS, that's exactly what I did. And going back to the point when I said that, it's the government's job or it's the campus management which has to maintain the sustainability. So my personal project that I worked on this ISS was, it revolved around providing clean and safe drinking water to students. So before ISS, I used to think that it's not my job to keep the water clean. Okay, and then once I started working on ISS, I started talking to my amazing mentors and everyone. I realized that one person alone cannot solve for this. Everyone has to take responsibility in one or the other way, and everyone has to work together, collaborate in order to solve a problem. And that is one thing that I basically realized, that everyone has to work together. And the first step towards the most important and the first step towards sustainability would be us being responsible for our own actions. So yeah, ISS has really helped me in that. Thank you, ma'am.
I just love how ISS has helped all of us. I'm here sitting with an idea. All of these guys have done so much groundwork because of you guys. Good. Okay. So my next question is for Rachita. Yeah. I had a different set of questions, but since we were talking about, taking responsibility, I want to ask this. So you're working on climate. You're working on climate change, climate actions and everything. So my question to you is, one of the major things that we spoke during the whole program, you guys would have attended the masterclasses and all the workshops. We spoke about how mental health and the anxiety around climate change is very much influenced. So my question to you is, I'll ask it directly. What do you think really is stopping us from taking any climate action because of the mental health and the anxiety around it?
Okay. Thank you so much for the question, Sam. This is something that I've been wondering from a long, long time. And I think all of us have kind of answered it in some way or the other. I would say what really stops us from working in climate action or working for climate change would be, it cannot be the lack of information, because all of us do know that the climate crisis is real. But I think it's the way our mind is wired by the society to deal with it. I've worked with the SDG cell of my college for a very long time, and I've worked in many other climate conscious cells and everything for a long time. And I've been on both ends of the spectrum, as an observer as well as someone who takes up action. And one thing that I've noticed has been the sheer lack of interest and the lack of, all of us taking up initiative. And I really don't blame all of you. I'm also a part of that same group. And it's not really our fault. To dig deeper into it, let's go back to the basics. Let's say when we were in the 5th or the 6th grade, and we used to study this subject called environmental science. If you remember correctly, the very last chapters of it were about some kind of pollution, let it be noise pollution, air pollution, and whatever. And we were directly told by our teachers that these are not important. You don't have to concentrate on them because they're not important for the exam. And in a institution or in a system where we are told not to question and to obey orders directly, this is directly spoon-feeding these children that climate action, climate change is not important. It's something that you put in the back burner. This kind of sows the seed for, not taking up initiative for climate change. Next, let's come to the societal factor. I think consumption or overconsumption is now the telltale sign of success. We have to get the new dress, the new iPhone, the new Labubu, whatever. And to be honest, I'm also a part of the same section. Whenever I see people buying something and it becoming famous through social media or stuff, I have to go and buy it, because that for me is showing that I am also there with all of you. And I think that is very wrong. On the other hand, I feel like climate change and pollution, all of it is very normalized in the society. While I was working towards my problem, while I was trying to dig deeper into the problem, one question that I asked all of my participants was that, did you tell someone that you were facing a problem? And they told me that yes, we did. We told someone that, that I'm breathing is causing asthma and this and that. And everyone told them that this air pollution or water pollution, whatever, it's a sign of development. We have to, adjust to it. This is how we are going to achieve growth. This is how we are going to increase our GDPs. And I don't think so this approach is going to help anyone. Now, coming to the individual level, I think talked about responsibility and how taking up responsibility is a very big factor in working for climate action. I would also like to mention something else here. I think we as a society, we as people, we as youngsters have forgotten to take up accountability. We've forgotten to stop and think. We've forgotten to, contemplate what our actions are doing, what consequences these are bringing. And this is why we don't take up initiative. I think every time there's something about climate change, there needs to be an add-on, something that you have to gain out of it. That is the question that I get asked all the time while I'm working in climate change. It's like if I'm talking about climate change, people come and ask me, what will I do by learning about it? What will I gain from it? This is the question that I get asked on a lot of times. And I really don't know how to answer this. Because let's say, for example, your house was on fire. Would you wait for your neighbors to come over and put the fire out? Would you ask the same question that what will I gain by, putting off the fire? You wouldn't, right? then why why do we ask this question to save the only planet that we can call home? Here, I would also like to give a shout out to our mentor, Vandita Tiwari ma'am. She has been one of those few people who has told us that climate action is always about taking up accountability and taking up, responsibility for the actions that we take. Apart from that, I recall something that Sankalp Suman sir said during his masterclass. It is that this planet, it has been here for hundreds of years, and it is going to be here for the next millions and hundreds of years. Sustainability really isn't about saving the planet, it's about saving us. It's about our survival.
What I really loved about whatever you said was how everything, like each and every question that I asked to each and every one of them, it is all interdependent. Like psychology, culture, society, how you guys have the courage to stand up and do something about it. It is all, and sustainability as well. It is all very interdependent. And I'm really proud of you guys for coming up on stage and talking about it. Really, kudos guys. Now, if you guys want to ask any questions, for 2 minutes, it's open. While they were talking, you guys would have been like, no, this is right, no, this is wrong. Something must be coming in your mind. So take this opportunity and ask this question, guys, for 2 minutes. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, you guys are safe. Oh no, okay, so. Sir, we have a course BBA entrepreneurship. And there are 3 of us right here on the panelist stage. So yeah.
And the course is designed in such a way that we have our startups by the time we exit from college. So all of us are already budding entrepreneurs. We are working on our startups. So yeah.
You actively participate in campus activities.
Pardon, sir?
Actively participating in campus activities.
We are actually not participating in campus interviews. Me, Samyukta, and the other Kirtika here, we are working on our startups and we are not participating in any campus interviews. So we are full-fledgedly working on our startups.
Huh? Oh, sorry. What? Oh. So we have our own startup. We have everything. We have our mentors, we have our professors who is right there. We have Vineet sir over there. I think if you want to know more about our course and what we actually do and why our parents haven't questioned us anything about job or placement or anything, I think the person to contact is over there.
I personally am a second child, so it's fine. My brother became an engineer and I'm free. So.
But guys, I have a very smart answer. I come from a family where jobs are the only way of living a secure life. What I tell my parents is, if not for one person in the whole family bloodline takes a decision to break the cycle and go take risk and do something, the family is going to be the same way, right? So I tell this to my parents and I'll be like, if Ambani wouldn't have made a choice, okay, of course he comes from a family business background, but if not, every single person from each family wouldn't have made the choice, the families wouldn't have changed and wouldn't have been sitting like great people here in front of us.
So, okay, I'll answer this question. So, what I think about entrepreneurship or doing any job or thing is just following the passion. The problem that why some people, stop in between of entrepreneurship journey or job is because they are not following their passion. If you take myself, my dream is to start a business, and that too which is impactful and which I convey to my parents. See, I don't want to do anything. I just want to create impact. That gives me joy and happiness. Just going, sitting and working, maybe that's not my thing, but I'll try. But this passion in entrepreneurship wouldn't die. We can convince the parents by going to job for 2 years. And side by side, just research over. Yeah, that's it.
Nachitra is indirectly saying you don't have to tell your parents that you're doing your startup. You do you.
Once you're successful.
Yeah. I think I come from psychology background, so it's not like my parents are expecting me to get a job. So it just works out.
Okay, I'm going to sadly break the tradition by giving a little bit of a serious answer here. So, I myself am not really interested in traditional entrepreneurship, right? But I am an aspiring like a consultant, right? So I'd like to help startups and businesses, right? Especially be more sustainable. And I think one thing to really note here is that startups are so important. Entrepreneurship is so important because it's very, very hard to be sustainable when you're in a large scale. I heard this saying somewhere, scale is the enemy of excellence. Where the larger you grow, the more expectations you have, like the more stakeholders you have who are expecting something from you. And also, the less that you pay attention to those small details that truly actually matter, right? Like the effects that you're having on the environment. I think Rachayita was talking about this, where the larger your scale goes, the less you start caring about the consequences, right? And the future needs to be, I feel like, centered around localized or, regional entrepreneurship, right? Startups. Because the more we build that ecosystem, the more people that actually care about those smaller details is when we have a more sustainable system overall.
Okay, adding to Pranav's point, to be frank, everyone thinking that starting business or having an entrepreneurship lifestyle is a cool thing. You can say to people, everyone. But to be frank, it is the hardest job you could ever do because you're going to be everyone in this field, like everyone. You're going to be the floor cleaner some days because you're the owner. You have to do every work. It's not a fancy job, but we need entrepreneurs to innovate, like our FFC family. Like, you're all the innovators of the future. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like us.
Suprema is gonna cry. She's already making faces. She's like,
like Sam, she's creating something great. So this is how entrepreneurship actually works. And if you're creating something, why your parents gonna oppose you? Because you're creating something which is really much needed for the future. If you take me, my parents are so supportive to do whatever I want. For example, I made a minimal waste marriage of my relative where we segregated waste of, there were like 300 members over there and we done that. My father was the biggest supportive there. If you do something impactful, if you do something with a great passion, you got everyone's hands. You, for sure. Yeah.
I just have like one point to add on. The risk factor of being an entrepreneur is as high as you can think of it, right? We have talked about how we all could be entrepreneurs, but it is the drive of your personal motivation that gives you the platform to actually become an entrepreneur or become a millionaire. End of the day, everyone around here wants to become a millionaire. So even doing traditional jobs, you can become millionaires. There are many people who have become millionaires by doing traditional jobs, but it is the sheer risk that you personally want to take to make a difference or to take impact, to give impact towards your own society, right? So that's how I love the way Nakshatra and Pranav told about it, right? Creating jobs can also play a really big role in how you can think about being entrepreneurs. But it is, the whole point is how passionate are you about something, and how much efforts do you want to actually put in, right? So that's about it.
okay, really good, guys, really great. So, with With that, let's give our panelists a big round of applause, guys. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the support, guys.
We are actually running out of time. Yeah, after later.
If anyone has any more questions, you can meet all of our lovely panelists after the event. So, thank you, Samyukta, and our wonderful panelists for such insightful yet fun discussion. And now it's time to take a moment to appreciate and acknowledge our university partnerships. And for this, I would like to invite on stage COO of Future Founders Co, Mr. Rohan Subhash. But before we do that, I'd like to tell you all 3 cool facts about Rohan sir. First, he's an avid biker, he's an anime expert, and did you know that he's starring in Kannada industry's first biker movie? It's called A Father's Day, so you all better watch out for that. But in all seriousness, you know how Supriya ma'am always says that we are her favorite people? But now I'd like to call on stage her favoriteest person and also ours, Mr. Rohan Subhash, COO of Future Founders Co, and the calm to the storm that ISS is. Please give a biggest round of applause to our favorite Rohan sir.
Thank you so much, Alia. That was probably one of the sweetest intro I've ever had. It's super exciting to be here, like always. By the way, our live stream has crossed 7K. Right? It's super exciting for me to be part of this movement. All the work that we do in FFC happens because of all the support that we get from the universities who have partnered with us, right? So we would like to, let's say, this is a moment that we want to use to acknowledge the partnership that we have with all the universities. This year we've actually been doing the programs across 14 universities in the country, all the way from Dehradun to Coimbatore. Yeah. So before we start our official acknowledgement, as like every year that I say, let's look at a quick recap video of what we've done this year. Yeah. Parnita, let's bring that up. That's nostalgic, isn't it? We just went through that whole thing for such a long time. It's just good to see that on the screen. We're actually super happy to have all the partners of different universities who are so willing to have all you guys get that opportunity at ISS, right? So to honor our partners, I would like to call on stage our senior advisor, Arvind. Arvind Loraya has been with us ever since FFC was just an idea. He's been with our moral guide and anchor through everything, keeping us grounded and ensuring that our focus always remains on young people that we work with. Please join us on stage as we acknowledge and appreciate the support from our university partners. As I announce the university partners, I'll be doing that alphabetically. So the first one I want to call is Dr. Anila Vajpayee. Unfortunately, she's not here. Vineet sir, if you'd like to come on stage on her behalf. Jain University has been a partner for 3 years in a row for us. The Center of Management Studies there does an incredible job of ensuring that young people step into impact. We have a lot of students from Jain here. Can I hear a hi from all the Jain students here? Yes, in case you didn't know.
Come back to class tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Up next is Dr. Kalpana ma'am. Unfortunately, she's not here too, but she's from the Yashwantpur campus of Christ University. This year, Yashwantpur bootcamp was one of our largest with over 260 students in our bootcamp. So thank you so much, Kalpana ma'am. Moving on, I would like to invite Kiran Kumari ma'am, please, from CMR University. Our relationship goes back 3 years again with CMR, when she was the first to acknowledge the value of work that we do at ISS. She's also been a university advisor for us, guiding relationships with the institute across the country. Thank you so much, Kiran ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. The next one is actually very close to Supriya's heart. Christ University Central Campus. Yeah, we have Dr. Leena James. She's unfortunately, she's also not here today. But she's been like a super supporter for all the work that we do at FFC. Our newest partner is Dr. Priyadarshini. Thank you so much, Dr. Priyadarshini and her team at Coimbatore. Their vision and support for students have been inspiring. When we were on campus in Coimbatore, we had almost 270 students at the boot camp. Thank you, Priyadarshini ma'am, so much for everything that you do. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Shanti, everybody knows it. Dr. Shanti from MCC has been super supportive of all the work we've been doing at FFC. We've always felt at home when we come to Mount Carmel College. So thank you so much. Yes.
I'm Lakshmi here. Shanti ma'am is not here. She has gone home. So I am taking on behalf of Shanti ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And finally, though not least, I would like to thank the support we have had from each of the university and its team. This year has been excellent. ACIYLS University. We have Vijay, who is not here, but I would like Prasanna is also not. Okay, Abhishek, please help collect the ACIYLS University. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We at FFC want to make a super exciting announcement, and I would like Arvind to do that. Please.
I guess the cat is out of the bag, but I'll nevertheless take immense pleasure in thanking Nebula from Pune, which has got into a partnership with ISS to offer this Startathon program next year for the next 3 years in 100 campuses all over the country. So that's what the scale of growth of the program. Some people were wishing this kind of growth, and we're already seeing it materializing. May I welcome my colleague from Nebula to come and say a few words, perhaps. Avash.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your support.
Please.
Please tell us about why you are backing future founders.
Okay, we are all actually the change makers, right? So we don't wait what the Prime Minister, what the country's leaders are going to do. So it is for us, and we are leading that transition right now up to 2047. So we really want to see Viksit Bharat. So the infrastructure that is getting developed, the funds that is coming, FDI, FII is coming to the country, the education that is getting changed, everything that is happening, we definitely need somebody to think about the climate. And that's where we are leading towards. So when actually Supriya said the news, I was super excited. And social impact is very close to my heart because of my defense background as well as coming from M&S and Google. So I really appreciate the initiatives that we are taking. And going back to my days as well, I started my entrepreneurship career when I was a student. So that really excites me, and launching a fund for the youngsters who are actually looking to make changes. That would be awesome. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wait, Pravash and Rohan, we want to also take this opportunity very, very quickly to get you both to also just sign the papers and make it official.
So that you don't run away.
I want to make a small change in thank you, Arvind, for always being such a big support for us. But I want to make a quick small change in saying that the ISS Campus Climate Action Fund promises to fund 100 teams to do climate action, to get involved in climate action on campuses over the next 3 years. And in addition to, thank you so much. Do you want to hold it up? Maybe take a picture for it. Arvind, please join them. 100 teams, your ideas over the next 3 years are going to get funded. So all of you can get started on actioning on climate while you are on campus. And while you're here, please stay back. We're also going to announce the top 10 teams that this year is receiving this fund. So get ready. Somebody give me my phone.
No going back. We'll start now.
Yeah, there's no going back. We'll start now. Anish, can you pass my phone? Sorry, the list is on the phone. No, that's right. That's right. I am so excited, you all. Okay. All right. Get ready. one first team to receive the promissory note for this funding, and is the very first awardee of ISS Campus Climate Action Fund, is Team Kara. Come, Ryan, and I want to say, Ryan, and I want to say, what is Ryan's teammate's name? Somebody tell me quickly. Huh? Kanishka! Ryan and Kanishka, yes, please, thank you. Congratulations, you guys. They both all awardees receive a promissory note of getting a fund that will help them with their first level of prototype. Up next is also one of my favorite, and I think it might also be slightly biased because the next team is Team Revamp, Mohan and Bhumika. I also want to say Mohan was our 2023 participant, has come back to the program to participate. So congratulations. I said it's a little biased because Pravesh is their mentor. Up next is congratulations. Yes, I did. I said Mohan and Bhumika. She's not here.
She's joining.
I said she's joining. Okay. All right. The next team is Conscious Couture, solving one of the many evils of fast fashion. Welcome. Rohan, can you join us on stage? Congratulations. Congratulations, you all. Up next, I want to say from Atria University, Team Sapphire. Is Team Sapphire here? Come on now! Congratulations.
Ma'am.
Next is Team Filtrate. Is Team Filtrate here in the room? Okay, we'll send it to them.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Team Innovationists is the next one. Let's go, Srijan and Preksha, let's go! Yellow from which color, Christ? Team Innovationists from Mount Carmel College, Preksha and Srijan. Is the next one. Let's go. Not auditorium. Okay, the next one is can I also just say is also one of my favorites and was someone that I was rooting for. And you just heard her on stage, Richeta and team Just Chill. Congratulations. also one of my favorite teams. I have too many favorite teams this season, y'all. Another fast fashion focused team, Team Restitch. Come on. Congratulations to all the winners. The two teams that were not present here, we'll reach out to them. Oh, there's one more team left. Did we miss one team? We missed a very important team. Also one of my favorite teams. Last one. Team Leaf and Learn. Aditi and team, come on up. Lots of wins this season for Christ University.
You're from Mount Carmel.
And Mount Carmel's. Lots of wins for Mount Carmel University. Mount Carmel College, which will soon be university. Congratulations to all the winners. Okay. Back to you, Arya. Sorry for taking over. Who's saying that?
Same, ma'am. Thank you so much, Supriya, ma'am. And congratulations, all the awardees. And thank you so much, Rohan sir, Arvind sir, and Pravaan sir, for making this evening a little more exciting. Guys, I know she needs no introduction, but you know the moment when you walk into a meeting or a room and the room suddenly feels, a whole lot brighter? Yeah, that's exactly what happens when Supriya ma'am says, "Hello, folks!" She has this rare ability to make you believe that every single one of your ideas, even the weird ones, is a good idea. And it's not just kindness, it's conviction. Because she truly believes in investing in people is always more important than investing in the plan. As the CEO of Future Founders Co., she built this organization with a mission to give young change makers the roadmap to turn their passions into reality. But what truly inspires me the most is how she shaped the culture here. I walked into so many rooms where women sit waiting for someone else to give them permission. At FFC, it's the complete opposite. Here, you never feel like you have to ask for permission because Supriya ma'am has created a workplace where strong female leadership is the norm and not the exception. From the very beginning, Future Founders Co. have been hopeful and yes, a little obsessed about creating real representation for young women in our programs. That was never accidental. It was always intentional. And today, so many of us stand a little taller because of that. So, get ready to feel inspired and please join me in giving a huge warm welcome to Supriya Panchangam again.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that introduction. This year has been special in just so many different ways. One, of course, is the numbers that we've been talking about since the session has started. We've been we did our first graduation day or the grand finale here in this very venue. We had 23 teams that we started with, and we got to those 23 teams with so much effort. We were just looking at the list of the universities that we worked with this year, and I was just telling Rohan as to how the first year we had to talk about ISS program and get permission to conduct ISS program. We had spoken to 115 universities / colleges across the country, and we ended up only with about 7 or 8 places 8 colleges. Of course, MCC was one of them. I know Kiran ma'am was there at Reva University at that time, and she was the first one who said, this makes sense, we should be doing this for young people, and she gathered so many young people from that college. And then CMR University, I see Vindhya is here. She's been a champion supporter of FFC and the work that we do at FFC for the longest time. And today we're at we ended up this year with almost close to about 107 teams without actually having to really pitch ISS to any college or any university. It tells us two things. Thank you. It tells us two things. It tells us that the direction in which we're working is making sense. But importantly, it also tells us that the credibility that all of you, each of you have brought to us as an organization by continuing to work on the ideas that you come up with, by continuing to work, stay with the learnings that you have achieved in this program, that credibility is what has led us and got us invited back into colleges so many times. The only reason that we've not worked with some of the universities that we've worked with before is only because the schedules haven't matched. I also want to say that even with Atria, that's been a big supporter and champion of our work, we had ISS bootcamp the day they opened the college that semester, that year, right? The first 2 days of the semester for them was the ISS bootcamp. That's one. The second reflection I also want to share is also just how, while talking about 107 teams has been phenomenal, but both Rohan and I, over the period of time, have also lost track of some of these teams as we have worked with them. We've said this many, many times, and you all have said this many, many times. Like, FFC really is an excuse for us to be in learning rooms with young people, to be able to curate learning experiences for young people, and to not be able to remember team, team names, and to not be able to remember the participants of the teams or what college they come from is not a proud moment for me, right? So it is a reflection and learning for us to be able to take back and think about how can we make this more and more focused on all of you. How can we build capacity as an organization to be able to not let those 20 odd teams just slide off our list. Those are two things. Another big validation we've received this year is also just the amount of partners who've come together to create pathways for people who graduate from ISS program. Some of them are here. I want to do a big shout out. I want to do a big shout out to Pravash and Team Nebula for giving us the most important piece that can actually help students get started and start their work in climate action. We have Abhinav here, who's from Climate Coach. About 20 students from the program this year receive internship through Climate Coach in order to build more awareness, the very thing that Pranav spoke about on the panel today. We have Kaustubh from SAS Mafia. SAS Mafia has offered an entire program, the Climate Ninja program, which essentially introduces young people to climate careers. We're looking at one full batch of almost 20 odd students joining that program. We don't have Kriti here today, but we also have support of Fashion Revolution, which is one of the world's largest non-profit working towards challenging fast fashion. They have agreed to coach about 5 teams, which are working on fast fashion ideas from this year in order to actually implement their work on ground. We have Career Gummy, who's come and offered some of the ISS graduates virtual green projects to work on. I'm pretty sure I'm missing somebody. The 10x Impact, who's offered us fellowship for those who are building solutions with AI. They are an IT consulting and an IT support organization that primarily work on social impact projects. The biggest one so far that has actually taken us, like what Ron said, about 7,000 people are watching this graduation ceremony. I don't even know why. Okay, but thank you. If you're watching, thank you so much for supporting the work that we do at Future Founders Co. But the biggest one that's actually made all of this possible is MyStartup TV, majorsunilshetty and team. Thank you so much. We also have a 3-month program offering for students who want to work in climate media. We have 21 offers for ISS grads to join that program. So Anish wasn't kidding when he said everyone is a winner at ISS. So this has been super, super proud for us. And all of this is apart from the Singapore scholarship. ISS started out 2 years ago from the partnership with OSG Youth Alliance. They have been an incredible partner. They enabled us to really get started. Unlike many of the partnerships that we have, Dr. Tan Eng Han, who is the founder, and he was at the graduation day last year with us, he's been extremely generous in the way that we have designed the India program. ISS started out only as a country level qualifier to identify students who could receive the scholarship to go be part of the Youth Leadership Summit in Singapore. But since then, we've been able to curate the program, design the program for far more on-ground impact than otherwise, and pretty much the credit for all of that really goes to the leadership of Dr. Tan Eng Han. He's an incredible person. And I want to give you a quick snapshot of what happens and why is ACIYLS such an impactful program. This year, we're going to be looking at engaging with young people from 12 different countries. In the last week of October in Singapore, the alumni will tell you a lot more, but all of you who get selected as India teams will go and form international teams, multinational teams, and will work on Pan-Asian challenges, and you will. But despite them being from different countries, when you go there, you will also realize just how folks who are growing up in Vietnam are not so very different from those who are growing up in China, and not so different from all of you here in India. And I think that's one of the biggest experiences that we've been able to curate in Singapore for all of you. So oh yes, there's also this, because it's never enough to celebrate those who have put all their hard work and have gone all the way. In both editions of the ACIYLS, India students have won a grant there. Rubina, who was from Reva University, the first year won a grant. That's her. Obviously, you know Tusharika, she's very popular in the FFC circles, and hopefully now at the Karnataka Startup Mission as well. Both of them won a grant. I think Rubina won a $3,000 grant. And then this is Harshita. Harshita won a $5,000 grant. And Harshita is in CMR. So maybe, ma'am, you are the lucky charm, I think, then. When you were in Reva, your teams won. When you are in CMR, the CMR teams won. Right? So we've always had India winners, India awardees do well in the program. Yeah. Next slide. I don't know. I forgot what is the next set of things to say. Sorry. Okay, so yeah. So without much ado, is it time for us to call on the awardees for this year? Don't you want to join me, because you have the list of awardees?
I got it.
Oh, it's here? Okay, yeah. And MSR and Arvind, can I please invite you to join Bakas on stage to be able to hand over the awards. Let me get can you get... Okay. Okay. Awesome.
From here to top.
Okay. Exciting.
Can we have the build-up music, please?
Can we play? Is there a build-up music? Can we play the build-up music? No, wait, this is... Very excited at the console. Okay, I want to say that while we're reading this out as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I want to say that the award is the same. Right? Everybody receives the same award. Everybody receives a fully funded scholarship to be part of the ASEAN China India Youth Leadership Summit, which is a 6-day summit held in Singapore. Okay, the team to receive this scholarship this year, to start with, is
Team New Change.
Team New Change from Krishnamal College of Carmel. Please, ma'am, Priyadashni ma'am, Joni ma'am, the entire team, please come up on stage. They are your team. Woo! Yes. Special mention, sir, Ranjit sir, please join us on stage. They're your team. I want to say this is a second win for Ranjit sir. Last year also their team won. This year also his team is winning. Congratulations, sir. Please, sir and Arvind, if you can do the honors of, they all get a certificate. They get a certificate and they get a medal.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. Go on.
And they get a boarding pass as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are very sustainable like that.
Just from this. Yeah, I will join, please. Some of us that side for the photo. Congratulations, everybody. This was the first time we were actually in a tier 2 city, and all teams from Coimbatore was so phenomenal. Some of our favorites, teams with Yonashri, teams with Omeya, teams with Nachadra, all of you did phenomenal work. Ma'am, would you like to say something before? Please.
So, good evening everyone. Actually, it's a very proud moment from KCW Coimbatore. So, as Arts and Science College, we are happy to say we are a purely Arts and Science Women College, and we have pushed almost 40 students in our campus this year, and they are doing phenomenal work. For the past 2 months, day and night, they worked hard. Actually, we are growing and progressively growing. As a mark, I have to say, as women put together work, we are now supporting one another. That is a scenario everyone says. But here as a mark, I have to say, we are growing together and we are supporting together. As a model of a token of success, my student will support other student team also. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Hello everyone. First, thank you. Thank you ma'am, thank you sir. And we thank our college and we thank Priyadashni ma'am and we thank our mentor Ranjit sir. And actually my hands are literally shaking. Okay, thanks for the opportunity ma'am. Thanks for the opportunity sir.
All you.
Okay, I need to put a point. So initially when FFC came into our college, we thought as a computer science student, we thought it's just an hackathon like a thing. But after the boot camp and after the bloody master classes, seriously, the perspective changes. It's not just an startathon, it's not just a master class. It's a changing point where we think a problem is a real problem and we should solve it. So the root cause underlie. So thank you for the clarity ma'am, and thank you for the clarity FFC, and thank you.
FFC.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, next. Can I announce the next one? Can I announce?
Yes.
Okay, next one's I've had my eye on this team the minute maybe not the minute. I think from the second day of the boot camp. And I remember when we ended the boot camp, and we hadn't even shortlisted teams that would go from the boot camp into the program. She walked up to me and she said, I don't care if I get selected or not. I love what we've done here, and I'm going to keep doing this on campus, whether I'm part of the FFC program or not. But to see them come so far, work so hard. Team Pradosh! Big, also second win for Christ University, Yashwantpur. Anybody else from Christ Yashwantpur campus here who would like to give them a big shout? I'm going to cry. Oh my God.
She's not going to cry. She was crying.
Oh my God. Go for it. Congratulations to the both of you.
Congratulations.
Team Pradosh, everybody, Pranav and Ahana. 2025 ACIYLS India round winners.
Thank you so much.
Can you say something?
So this was unexpected, kind of, because I kind of forgot going up to Supriya ma'am on the first day. Second day, I don't even remember, because that weekend or something like that, I was sick and I was supposed to travel on the second day of the boot camp, and I kind of missed like 1/4 of the part that was happening. So he handled all of it for me, and we got into this because of Anish, because he's like one of our best friends. And we saw him doing all these cool things and we were like, sure, why not? Let's do this. And it was life-changing. And this is going to be life-changing. And big shout out to Darshana ma'am, our mentor, Darshana Gajare. She is absolutely insane and she is one of Vogue 100 innovators. She just got the award, and she is one of Vogue's 100 sustainable innovators. So big shout out to her, because she was absolutely amazing and she is the one who has gotten us to the point that we are. And of course, Supriya ma'am and Rohan sir, thank you for this opportunity, genuinely.
Check, testing. Can you all hear me? So I am like detaching myself right now because I will melt into a puddle. Before anything, every single person here has changed my life. The people on the stage, the people sitting down there, you have changed my life. I was someone who did not have a lot of faith in my own career choices, and in general, it was hard for me to imagine going out into the world and doing something which I could be proud of. You all have made that possible. You all have made that a dream come true. I need to personally thank Anish. I have a 10-minute video of your keynote speech. Also, but he's one of the most supportive people I will ever know. And he needs to learn to eat dinner. And also, thank you so much, Ruth. And thank you, Shweta. She's not here today, but thank you. And especially, thank you so much, Supriya ma'am and Rohan sir. You guys have given me a platform which I didn't think I would ever have. Also, last shout out, like Ahan already said, Darshana Gajare. She's a sentence. She's a force of nature. She's the best mentor that we could have had. She, like she said, like Ahan already said, received Vogue's top 100, business innovators and sustainability thought leaders. We really hope to work with her again one day. Thank you so much.
Okay, you go. You go.
Okay, these guys are probably one of the favorites of mine too, for a change. We've been following them for a while. I'm super happy that they made it this time. The next team is somebody who participated in ISS before and made it this time, and that is Guardians of Bharat from ACIYLS University.
About goddamn time, you guys! Lakshmi, do you want to? Where's Lakshmi? Oh, she's there. Please join us on stage, Lakshmi, along with your team. They're also... So Lakshmi was their mentor last year. They're also Bhanu Potta's team. Bhanu has been a mentor for us and an advisor at FFC for almost 3 years. This is also Bhanu's second win. Yeah, congratulations.
Bhanu sir is watching on live stream.
Yeah. I also want to say I met Prithvi and team last year. They were the only team that participated from our university. They came all the way to another campus to participate. And between then and now, they have won Solar Decathlon. They have won some 5 other competitions for the ideas that they've been working on. Winners through and through.
Take your boarding pass.
Take your boarding pass. Gaurav and Prithvi, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Gaurav, I'll let you please.
Okay, so I wanted to start. Last year, I was not part of the ISS competition, but I came with Prithvi just to give him support. And last year, because of some reason, they will not win the competition. And this year, when we got to know bootcamp is in our campus and we have that chance to participate, and Prithvi, in the morning, like we was not aware we were gonna be in a one team. In the morning, 7 o'clock, he's calling me 10 times asking, Gaurav, are you coming for the bootcamp? Then we formed a team. The way we worked, I really wanted to thank you so much for Prithvi to ask me for this competition, and the motivation that he given to me. He asked me 100 times, Gaurav, do you believe in yourself? Do you want to do this? And I always said yes. And the end last 3 days, the work that we did, that was insane. We actually stayed back in a college like day, night, 3 days continuously. And one thing that I don't want to tell you, but I'm sharing here. So when we was like preparing for this competition, we put a one condition. If we lose this competition, we will not shave our heads. Yeah, we actually like clean hairs. So that was the commitment. So now only one statement that is coming in my mind. Baal bach gaye. Now, Prithvi, please.
I would like to not make this about myself and us. Like, I've always, whenever I've stepped up and spoken, I've always like thank you everyone I've reached here. But I really want to take a different step because, trust me, last year I took part in ISS. They're calling the names. I'm sorry if I take a little extra time. Last year they were calling the top 10 teams, and then at 6th place they call our name. And our heart sunk, like, oh my God, like just one place away. And then, yeah, and that was not at all. After after that, I realized that we actually had won it. There were some technical issues, that's never mind. But I just wanted to say that we are not different from you. Like whoever wins or doesn't win, you are no less. The fact that you're here, you built it and you've dedicated so much time and effort, you all are truly winners. So give your all self a clap, please. And for everyone else, like this is not the end. Like us, but truly ISS was a life changer for me. Like truly, ma'am, thank you. It was truly a life changer because I was just in my random second year of college doing almost nothing. But post that, this random competition thing came up on WhatsApp, like, oh, ISS, do you want to participate? Like, oh, why not? Let's just put our names and see what happens. We put it, the 2-day bootcamp was eye-opening. After that, the whole event came and we came 6th and all of that. But post that, Supriya ma'am has been like sending all like opportunities for us to apply to go to and all of that. And trust me, it's all because of Futures Founders Co. We've been to 3 different states. We've gone to Hyderabad, fully funded. We've gone to Delhi, top 100 teams, top 200 founders in Asia. And I couldn't have ever believed that I would be having those tags on my LinkedIn if it wasn't for these 2 guys. Trust me, yeah. This means a lot. And of course, Banu sir is watching this. Sir, thank you so much for everything you've given me. I'm sorry, I'm going to go quick right now. I'm really sorry if I'm taking too much time. Yeah, so Banu sir, thank you so much for pushing our comfort zones and taking us to this victory. I love you. And Lakshmi ma'am was our mentor last year. She taught us really how to think and do every single thing. Like, she was our mentor last year, guys, but I call her randomly at like 12 o'clock. She'll be in UK or some Germany or whatever, like she picks up my call and like I'll tell ma'am 15 minutes Google Meet, and then I ended up like speaking to her like for 1.5 hours and things like that. So ma'am, thank you so much. I truly feel we've won together. Banu sir, if you're watching, please, thank you so much. Thank you everybody. Everyone's a winner at FFC.
Congratulations, both of you.
You want to add?
Yes, of course, please. So I could not be more proud, and I'm glad they get to keep their hair, among other good things they've done. But I just wanted to share that I have worked with a lot of similar competitions and a lot of teams, and sometimes like your excitement dies down once the competition is over. Maybe you won, maybe you didn't win. But and this team was also very disappointed last year that they didn't make it to Singapore. But look at what they did with that failure. Look at how they've continued. Woo! You've heard a lot that you should be obsessed with the problem and not the solution, and you have to keep working till you get there. So I think that FFC is a huge testament to that. I think all of you are a huge testament to that. And I think like working with this team has really reinforced my own beliefs about human-centered design. I've worked with budding entrepreneurs, actual entrepreneurs from all over the world, and they are one of the most dedicated I've still come across. And we had a lot of metaphors and cliches today, so I came up with my own, which is that it's very easy to imagine the user, it's easy to imagine the problem, it's easy to come up with what we think is a solution. It's very hard for us to solve it effectively, but it's absolutely impossible to do it without working with the user. Yeah, 100%. So thank you all for living those values, and I hope that you continue to take it outside of the program, because that means that the entire team has done their job well. We've done.
Thank you. One last thing, my dad and mom will be watching. So I love you, Dad. Naresh is watching. I love you, Mom. Priya, she's watching. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Satvir. Okay, maybe I'm going to cry a little bit. Okay. fairies from Mount Carmel College. Pranavi and Ritu. Congratulations. This is again a second win for Mount Carmel College, ma'am, please. Second time, please, ma'am. Join us on stage, Lakshmi, ma'am. Congratulations, both of you. Sorry. Congratulations. Go get your award.
Go get your award. Congratulations. Go.
Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you. Pranavi and Ritu from MCC joined the alumna of last year's winners. Also from MCC, Amara, Shreya and Arya, who has been your host today. So makes it 5, y'all. 5 scholarships to MCC so far. Congratulations.
I am so excited. The second time, and we are waiting to make that hat trick. Thank you, FCC, for that.
It's all about them. Go on.
Guys, sorry if I stumble a bit. Okay, I know you're excited, Ritu. From where shall I start? I mean, okay. First of all, our mentor Prachi Srivastav. Yeah, she was brilliant. Oh my God, she was. And of course, my teammate Ritu Vinod. She is my roommate as well. Yeah, so we are like right now roommates to business partners. Yeah, and thanks to ISS, FFC. I'm gonna cry right now, and I have to tell that it's my first international trip. Wow. I think it's first in my whole family. I guess I don't know. This boarding pass. Oh my God. Okay. I never thought that I'll be here, and it's a great opportunity. And I can't believe that I won in a case study, and I mean like case competition. I don't have any words, guys. Like, my expression says it all. Thank you everyone. Again, Prachi Srivastav, you are literally the best. Everything. Please go.
Hello, everyone. So I would first like to thank my roommate, and she's become such a close friend of mine. And she actually came up to me in July when we got the notification, and that was such a busy time of our lives. We were trying to, prepare for placements. Tests were coming up, and we were like, should we actually take this up? It's a busy time of our lives. Yeah, it was a very busy time of our lives, but we were like, why not just add something else to our to-do list and, just take it up, just attend the boot camp and just, figure out what happens next. And that led to us being selected, and now this, and it's great. And again, Prachi, she's been so great, and she's actually also very willing to continue this apart from the competition. She was so responsive whenever we wanted to schedule meetings, and then she was just so amazing. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much to FFC and ISS. Thank you, Supriya ma'am and Rohan sir, and thank you to every one of you. Even when interacting with the rest during the masterclass, I could see how each one of you, even when you ask a question, you had such a different viewpoint. Oh, my legs are shaking. And yeah, that was just such an eye-opener for me. And yes, thank you so much again, and I'm so excited.
Actually, ma'am, 1 second. Today, coincidentally, our mentor, Prachi ma'am, she messaged her and she told us that, did you get your results? And she actually want to collaborate with us in future as well. And it was like a sign that, oh my God, is something happening. Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. I want to do another shout out to OSG Youth Alliance, who's our partner in Singapore. It is because of them that we're able to bring this program here. It's because of the kind of freedom they've provided to us that we're able to curate a program like ISS. Before we go on to announce the last team, last awardee for this season, I also want to shout out to the incredible work that Rohan and the team has pulled off. This year we had 105 mentors from 32 different countries working with all of you across time zones, across domains, across just so many different things. Some of you are here in the room. I want to shout out Shramant, Ranjit sir, Surabhi, Pravash, who's been a mentor with us for 3 years. And so many of us, so many of the mentors who are also watching this and joining us online. Thank you very much. The last awardee. You want to do this?
Yeah, why not? Okay, so so I had to send a note to make sure that the team shows up here. It is Team SAS from CMI University.
Kiran ma'am, please join.
Please.
This is your team. Who is your mentor?
Their mentor is...
Yes. This is also Vindhya. Please join us on stage. And Vindhya's colleague. Please join. Hattrick, yes. This is also third win for CMR University. Vindhya, this is all the work you've been doing at Design Thinking. Already giving them the, like helping them being ahead of the curve. Congratulations.
Sarah.
And their mentor Sarah as well. Please, Vindhya. One more. Thank you. Amazing. Please, join us. Incredible work, Pavan and Preetam. Congratulations. Go Team SAS! I also want to say Hari sir would be so proud. Let's hear a big cheer for Hari sir from those in CMR. Our favorites, congratulations. Can we have all of the ACIYLS India round winners back on stage for the picture, please? All of you come back on stage. Ma'am,
Let them say something.
please. Your team.
Yeah. I understood when you spelled out, right? At Reva, you got it. So, good evening to everyone. It's a very proud moment for CMR University. So, thanks to FFC. I was just watching the show. I was feeling like Sadhguru has built Isha Foundation. Our Sadhguru Supriya is building Future Founders Foundation, right? So, very big round of applause to her and Roshan and the entire team. Actually, today we see most of the youngsters are stuck in so many problems, but so positively they are engaging and spreading the message, motivating, inspiring them. It's not a small job. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Your team.
Okay. Congratulations, ma'am.
Okay, lovely to meet all of you. And well, Team SAS. And well, to start, Rohan sir is a very cheeky man. I'm not joking. A very cheeky man. The thing is, my teammate, it was very doubtful whether he would be present here with us because we both have been selected for ISRO internship. So he was at the campus while this was happening, and we tried to get all the permissions done in one day. Thankfully, he came. And well, cheers to Hari sir,
yes,
the king of everything. like how Hari sir has guided me, even though I've known him for a very less time, is something that I will remember for the rest of my life. And thanks to CMR, and thanks for Supriya and Rohan for providing us this beautiful opportunity. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about ACIYLS. We were stoked about that, yes, but I myself was stoked that I'd get to be on a plane. And I told Ayush about this more again and again. I was like, bro, I'd be on a plane. Like, I don't know how the plane experience will be. For us, the entire journey of ISS was something that was filled with doubt, that was filled with questioning, that was like, what are we even doing, man? That was like, wait, are we even doing something? But thanks to our mentor, Sarah, which was another funny thing, right? So there is, we realized how important time zones are after our first mentorship with Sarah, because we did not understand what CEST is and CET is, and we made her wait for like 1.5 hours. And in the group, they dropped a message that if you're not like going back to your mentors, you're gonna be kicked out of FFC. And you have no idea how much I freaked out. I like spammed Supriya, and G did not pick up. And then I called Ron. I was like, sir, that happened. Sir, this happened. Sir, that happened. And he was like, okay, fine, cool down. And then she only got back to us on the same day, and we did have our call. So it was not a smooth journey. It was a lot of speed bumps, a lot of potholes. It was the most Indian experience that I had. And it's bloody lovely, is what I mean. If Pritam has something to say, I think so, yes, a lot.
I have nothing. I'm so right now.
I don't know. Do not tell me you have nothing. I just give you segue, dude. Don't get the segue.
So the whole opportunity that I've got through ISS is like, I can say that it is a complete new journey, like after the boot camp. So before that, I was a different person, and now I can see that the idea that I carry can actually drive a change in the community. So that is how I see myself right now. So I thank ISS for the opportunity that I've got, and I thank my college for providing me all the resources that I could use to build the thing. And I thank the mentor, like, trust me, the amount of time that she has invested in our idea and the resources that she has provided is what is making us to stand in here. So I would like to thank her mentor, and yeah, I would like to thank my teammate. So yeah, thank you all for being the thing. Thank you.
Stay.
Once again, shout out to Sarah. We love you.
Rest of them, can you come back on stage? Everybody, line up for a nice photograph. Let's go. ACIYLS India Round 2025 winners, everybody, and ISS 2025 awardees. Please, MSR and Arvind, please stay for the group picture. All right, everybody, let's line up and take a picture quickly.
Quickly.
Okay. Quickly. We'll be there. Please, MSR and Arvind, join us. Yeah, okay. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Woo! Okay. Can we also have the Nebula Campus Climate Action Fund awardees join us on stage as well, please? Pravash, can you join us on stage? Stay.
Stay.
Quickly, everybody. Also, we're all a little bit hungry. So, go quickly. Let's go. Go line up, please. Yeah, some of you kneel down. Some, you know the drill. Some of you kneel down. Tall people behind, short people in the front. Let's quickly take the picture. Okay. We missed this last year, and I'm not going to miss it this year. I'm going to say this again and again. Everyone is a winner at ISS. The rest of you, can you join us on stage? come on stage, we'll take a picture. Yeah, we'll also go. Everybody else from this team, people are sitting there. All of you, please join us on stage. Prem, come, special invitation to you to be on stage. Come. The rest of you, Parinka, can you change the slide, the next one? Yeah. It was Everybody please line up quickly for a picture. Let's take a group picture. People, we don't have time. For those of you who've received award today, make space for the rest of them to take the picture. आगे जाओ इधर से कैसे आएगा फोटो चलो चलो उधर जाओ Everybody knows the drill. Tall people in the line behind. Some of you in the front, some of you please kneel down. Everybody else from KCW. The rest of you who are participants. Okay. ISS 2025 participants, everybody. Let's give them a big round of applause. Give yourselves a big round of applause, please. A big note of gratitude for the 2023 and the 2024 alumni. Please join us on stage. With every edition, you push us to do better. You challenge us to do better. And you come back and contribute immensely. Please join us on stage. Come, quickly. Hi! I am so glad you could make it. So glad you could make it. Come. Go, stand. Can we make play? No, we can't. Can some of you sit down? Like, yeah, okay. Okay. All the alumni. Ron, can you join me here on next to the podium, please? People. Everybody say FFC! Thank you very much. Mentors who've been with us, supporters who've been with us, please join us here so we can take a full group picture. Please join us. Purvashni ma'am, Vandita, thank you so much for being with us today. Lakshmi ma'am, please join us for the picture, group picture. Salim, can we take it from a little bit? Yeah, you're there, right? Come, Surabhi, Tushar, Ranjit sir, Abhinav, please join us.
Here. You can stand
in the photo. Folks, ISS alumni, can you kneel down so they can all stand near the stage?
Do it.
Yeah.
It will be nice.
If they kneel down, they can.
Can you see them? They can see.
Yeah.
They can stand. Yeah. Okay. No. If they kneel, those if they kneel down, can you take a picture? Okay. The alumni can kneel down in the front.
Alumni in the front.
Thank you so much. I'll come there. Arvind and Amy sir, please join us. Find the spot. Okay, can we go stand in the on time. A big, none of this would have been possible. Folks, one second. Please settle down. None of this would have been possible possible without the support of Dr. Shanti ma'am and Lakshmi ma'am and Deva and Hemal and the incredible MCC team for helping us put all of this together. Hemal, Deva and team, please everybody join us back on stage for a MCC volunteer picture. Go, sir. We'll take pictures. I'll talk to you. Stay. Okay, everybody, please don't leave. Picture abhi baki hai. Vineet sir, we missed you in the picture. Everybody, please settle down. Please settle down. Quickly go back and please settle down. We have last 2 minutes before we wrap up. Wrap up. Please go and settle down. Alumni, volunteers, can you help everybody settle down? Hemal. Supriya, thank you so much. Wait, okay, there's more. The awardees, all of you have to stay back. There are media interviews to do. So please stay back. Mentors who are here with us, please stay back. There's media interviews to do. We'll wrap this up very quickly. Everybody, can I have your attention for just 2 minutes? Let's just sit down. Anish Racheta, Kirtika, all of you, can you sit down very quickly, please? Yeah, I just want to do a thank you. Yeah. But can you get everybody to sit down? Yeah. Immense gratitude from FFC to all the university partners